I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, yeah. Baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious, I'ma go cause some pain, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up. Live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, I'll live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad. I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want. Inspired by thirst, I'm inspired by worth. I desire your worst, so you can just hide while I work. I ain't tired, you first. I'll write a second, third verse about the lies you go disperse. You never did shit, I know it hurts. Something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want.
Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. Offensitation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays.
Welcome to College Breakdown. Saturday morning at 9 o'clock a.m. It is football. We're leading you all the way up to kickoff. I want to bring my good man, my co-host, the man, the myth, the Florida Gator. Are they going to beat Kentucky this weekend, today? Here it is, Dre Montez, the Florida Gator. What's up, man?
There it is. It's great to be a Florida Gator. It is great to be a Florida Gator. That's all I can say. Wish I was down there, but we got to do what we can do. You know how it is.
Yeah. I mean, y'all had a good game. Y'all went from non-ranked to number 12. How'd that happen in the polls?
Well, I think it was a style of play. I think it was really the style of play and then overcome the adversities of the game. You know, it can always dictate itself sometimes and sometimes it cannot. So I just think the way the game ended out, the defense, and Mr. Richardson, may I say it again, I like the way the team came together because there was a little bit of a panic mode, just a little bit, and I did not get a chance to enjoy the game I would normally like to due to I had visitors from out of town, but I did watch it from my phone, from all of the televisions around me, and listening to people talk. But when I got home, I watched the game in its entirety. I just like to say it's great to be a Florida football Gator, baby. Let's go. That's all I can say.
Yeah, man. At least you didn't pulling your hair out. I don't have no more hair. See, my team gave me all my hair out of that high shooting basketball game instead of a football game. No defense whatsoever, but high team offense if you like that. So that Appalachian State North Carolina game last week didn't, do streets. So I mean,
did we predict
defense
high score output or what was that situation? How did we? I think we both picked Carolina to win. I do believe.
Yeah. But I didn't think it was going to be a shootout.
No, nobody did. Nobody thought that. I really didn't expect that one at all. Not that way. Not to fall out that way. No way. I'm doing a slight adjustment there to get some better lighting for us. There we go.
Yeah, to me, it was like two momentum plays in that game happened. North Carolina got on the 35 straight point thing on a missed field goal. And then North Carolina quarterback Drake May got a fumble. They recovered, and it got them back into the game itself. So then that 40-point quarter by Appalachian State, 40-22 quarter. I mean, that was unbelievable. 62 points in that fourth quarter combined.
How did you act watching it? How many times you cuss? Did you throw your hat? Did you break anything?
No, I didn't break nothing.
Okay.
I had to watch what my mouth was because I have kids, so they were here. I know my wife told me to be quiet. I know my wife told me to be quiet about 5 or 6 times, then slam the door on me.
Can't you hush?
So yeah, it was kind of thing. So looking at the games today, we have a total of 80 games on Saturday. 80 games total. 80.
You make a guy
unbelievable.
You make a guy feel real good. That's like telling somebody, look, we got a 14-hour road trip. Just tell me what we're doing. Just tell me where we're going. You tell me how long the trip is. I got all kind of scenarios in my head. But this is a nice little 80 games stretch, though. I like the matchups. I like the names. I like the time slots, and I like the availability to catch all these games, depending on where you're at.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if you're going on a road trip, that'd be awesome because if you got Sirius Radio, you can listen to all kinds of games all the way back. You don't have to worry about picking this up.
Right. If you miss anything today, you just don't want to listen to it or watch it. It's on you. It's on you.
Hey, that's what you live for. So come back. We had 0 week, 1 week. Now we had number 2 week, but it's supposed to be the third week. I still don't get the 0 week. I still don't get that 0 week,
because they don't have a sponsor for it yet.
So I mean, if you look at certain things here and stuff, but there's two interesting teams on the schedule that I never heard of till now, and the first one is Tarleton State Texan football. Have you ever heard of that team?
No. Spelled like Mickey Tarleton, former baseball player. What? The Detroit Tigers?
Now, this is spelled Tarleton.
No, never in my life.
Well, I didn't either until I looked them up. And
shocking.
They were first thought of in 1904.
There's a story. Dun, dun, dun.
Locations in Stephenville, Texas.
It's a great name.
And their stadium seats only 10,000 people.
Only.
That's
what
it.
Division are we?
I mean, a high school stadium in Texas is bigger than their stadium.
What, 65,000?
Yeah. So, all right. The second one is named Incarnate World Cardinal Football. Have you ever heard of that team?
Well, there's an incarnate word everywhere. Everywhere.
Is it?
Yeah. Everywhere you look, there's one of those.
But they're located in San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah. Incarnate Word is like everywhere. It's a big high school powerhouse here in the St. Louis region. If you're scoring at home.
Their stadium is named Gail and Tom Benson Stadium, capacity of 6,000 people.
Now, that's deep. Tom Benson used to be owner of the New Orleans Football Saints.
That is correct.
Yeah, look at that. Trivia
used to be all
Saturday morning. Look at that, kids.
I was looking through the schedule and I was putting stuff together for the show today, and those two hit me right off the bat. I never heard of these schools. I had to look them up.
I think that's why I watch and listen to interesting, different shows during the week that I would normally not listen to. And I find out interesting tidbits about the matchup or a player or a former player or a coach on the staff. And I love hearing stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, this thing. And then Wake Forest got some big news. Hartman looked like he might be setting to come back here soon from the blood clots he had.
That's the quarterback, right?
Right. That's the one that was supposed to be out for the year.
Yeah.
He had some unknowns. Just good. He had blood clots. That's what he came out and said.
See, that blood clot brings back bad memories in college football for all college football fans out there. If you can say the name Tommy Frazier, we know what that did when you hear that word blood clot. And even in the NBA culture, I think maybe one or two in Major League Baseball, never heard that many in NHL or either tennis or golf. But when you hear that in football, I have so many questions. I mean, when it comes to blood, I want to be all involved. My parents, my relatives, my coach, break everything down to me to its purest form. We're talking about blood clots. So explain to me what that means. I want to get a real conscious grip on this. Does that equate to me playing this sport any longer? Do I need to stop, change my eating habits? What's going on here? There's so much going on now with the science technology and blood and the human body and all these new things we can take. It could be an answer for this right away, but I don't know, man. When it comes to blood clots and college football players, I'm pausing. I'm reading up on everything. I'm talking to people that have experienced this before. That's what I would do. Yeah,
true. And that's something that my dad had. My dad had a lot of blood clots, and it's painful to watch him, see him have it, because his leg was all swollen up and he couldn't hardly walk, and he was laying in bed all the time. And I don't know. I think it was because he was a diabetic at some point, and his blood was getting a little bit
right.
But he had them like all over his legs. You could see it too. You could see the blood boiling up like bubbles and stuff like that on his legs, and then he finally had to have surgery.
So when it comes to this kid, though, my concern is, when did they find out? What has been done? what is the plan of action to continue his path of progression in playing football with this health concern?
I don't know. Sometimes, the way I understand this blood clot stuff, it could come, it could go, or it might never come back again.
Okay.
So I mean,
well, if he can come back and play healthy and contribute to Wake Forest, I'm all about it because the kid is very excited from what I saw last year. So
he's like he said that 3 days ago, Wake Forest quarterback Sam Hartman has been medically cleared to play in the 23rd ranked Demon Deacons trip to Vanderbilt this weekend. But that's a far cry from August 10th when they put it out. The school said Wednesday that Hartman will miss an extended period of time for treatment of what is described as a medical condition. That's what they put out the first time.
When they released it to the press, we were probably 4 to 6 weeks off schedule because he's a high-profile athlete with them. So I'm thinking now they've had 12 to 15 weeks to do their homework. So I'm thinking either way, we were 4 to 6 weeks out of the loop for us knowing what's really going on behind the scene. So maybe they have done due diligence medically, consider that is Wake Forest, and you're up there in that scientific medical triangle up there where things get handled and taken care of. So maybe it's in the right area, in the right situation. But considering the circumstance and the team he plays for, okay, he's ready to go. It broke to us August 10th. But they probably knew back in June.
True. That's true, too. I mean, you want
to calm the public. You want to reassure the public. You don't want to make us go, oh, my God, what are we going to do? You want to make us go, oh, my God. Well, I hope he's okay. Then you break the story in 2 weeks in increments, and you ease the pain. Then you get the rah-rah back from the crowd. He's going to be okay, people. He's going to play against Vandy. See, now we got the people back.
Right. So, I mean, that's probably why Wake Forest jumped back up into the rankings at number 23.
Right.
Because of that.
All part of the plan.
Yeah. So let's get down to it here. We get ready to break down some football games today. I want to go off kilter. I want to go with not a Power 5 school. I want to go a little bit off kilter here. Let's do a little Coastal Carolina versus Gardner-Webb. Let's talk about them.
Gardner-Webb and Coastal Carolina. I know you got some interesting facts on this team. Bring it to me.
Well, first of all, we know they're in outside of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, in Conway, South Carolina. So both teams are coming in 1-0 in the season. This game can be watched on ESPN Plus. The venue is Brook Stadium in Conway, South Carolina, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So,
okay, go ahead.
So how does Gardner-Webb come into this ball game in Conway and try to put the upset on Coastal Carolina? What is your take on this football game?
Playing in Myrtle Beach after Labor Day weekend, a lot of people still haven't went home yet.
Right.
Especially with them daughters that's in graduate school or daddy's girl. So this could be conduct detrimental to the team. The game's at 6 o'clock. I'm rolling with Coastal Carolina in this game, regardless of anything. When I was a truck driver, shout out to Charlotte, North Carolina, I delivered to Gardner-Webb before. Interesting people in that town and community. But I'm sticking with the 501. I'm sticking with Myrtle Beach and the Conway County people. So I'm going with Coastal Carolina in this game.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you in 2 points here. It's in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Still got girls wearing bikinis because the party still ain't cold yet. But there's a lot of stuff too that you got to put into it in this ball game. If you look at some of the stuff that is going on here, the Chandeliers were brilliant in the win over Army. They might be replacing a slew of key parts in 2021, but they were able to beat the Knights at their own ball game, control the game. That's interesting too, because knowing them, they're not a run-happy team. They were more of a run, and then you pass the ball all over the field. But Army, they turned into a freaking running machine. So How does Gardner Webb counteract this new type of ball game that Coastal Carolina could play on them? Because they can run with you, they can pass with you, and then they can run with you now.
That's a great scenario and question there, Ray. As I would put this, you approach each game differently. You knew what your highest scenario and attributes are going to be to go against your upcoming opponent. That's what practice is for. That's what game film is for. And that's when you put together a game plan. Now, the game plan they put together for Army, it seemed to match what Army was going to bring against them. Back in the days of playing video games, when you called the right defensive package on Tecmo Bowl, you got that blitz, and people couldn't figure out what that was. You called the right defensive scheme to go against that offensive scheme they were about to play. Will this work 2 weeks in a row? Time will tell. But there's no way possible this defense is going to do the same thing, bring that same run-first type of defense versus the pass. This is a fast team down there in Coastal Carolina. They bring the swivel knife to you. They bring it to the fight to go all day with you. Check it out. Saturday Night Football don't lie, Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, I agree with you too on that point. But to me, you made that reference of Tecmo Bowl, the right scheme. I always use Lawrence Taylor because he always had the sacks.
Hello, America. And he from North Carolina.
Yeah. So Lawrence Taylor, I always traded for him on defense, and then offense I had Walter Payton because you couldn't stop him, man.
Oh, sweet. Oh, man. Oh, sweet.
Yeah, you couldn't stop him on that Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, that was different.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, most people are saying Coastal Carolina will keep it moving. It handles the Gardner Webb running game just fine, and the offense will be balanced right away. They're predicting right now Coastal Carolina 48, Gardner Webb 10. The line is Coastal Carolina is a 34-point favorite, over and under 66. So will you take the over and under on this one?
Yes, I'm taking the 66. That looks good, feels good, because they're up big. They're going to let them play in the fourth. Go ahead and get your points, kid. Go ahead. But they're going to make a statement in the first half for sure. They're going to make a statement. That being Coastal Carolina. I just like their swag, man. I love those schools that come out of nowhere. Well, they're out of nowhere to people that don't know about the town, the school, or the region. And then it finally makes mainstream media, people are like, oh my God, where'd they come from? But the people that live in that town or community or that region are like, been trying to tell you about this school forever.
Yeah.
That's the feel about Coastal Carolina. They're getting the exposure that they need. That's what I like about this upcoming college football season. And today, Saturday, we get to see some teams that we never thought we would be able to see due to the different platforms they're providing. If you're curious, you can watch any game you want to. Check out any school. Just type it in. Hit it. Watch.
Well, since you say interesting matchups in college football, this one right here is a very interesting one. James Madison versus Norfolk State at 4 Eastern Standard Time. This is at the Bridget Worth Fourth Stadium in Zanes Scholar Field in Hattiesburg, Virginia. Game can be found on ESPN3. There you go. ESPN3 is going to be your thing, man. The record for James Madison is 1-0. Norfolk comes in at 0-1. How do you see this game coming? Because James Madison has now jumped up to the FBS instead of being in the full championship series. So they did pretty good down there. Now they want to test the big boys up in the FBS 1.
I like the exposure for both of these schools on so many levels. We know about the academics and occasional highlight from a James Madison basketball team or from the football team. We know that. But with Norfolk State, I think this is really going to give a little bit more of the exposure to seeing them on a different platform other than these are new platforms they're giving these schools. And I love the matchups that everyone is getting. It's going to be some interesting matchups in teams you never heard of, playing teams you heard of before. And these different platforms are going to allow you to see them. So load up today. I advise you, I'll load up today on these different scenarios to see how you can watch these teams and schools and universities FBS's Power 5 schools all play the game we all love to watch, college football. But I'm loving this Norfolk State out of this whole scenario here because the exposure really pushes the kids to play better.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at North State, don't really get big publicity on the football scene. They did that one time in basketball, but in football they don't get that exposure. This is coming, getting the exposure. You're getting the thing on the stuff. But James Madison quarterback Todd Centerio, it led the team with 110 yards last week, but the backs were great. The offense is balanced. The offensive line was rolling, and that's the problem with Norfolk State. They don't have balance on their football team. That's why they lost last week. So, I mean, if you look at that defensive front swarmed, allowing Middle Tennessee to net just in 19 yards and 28 carries, but the Blue Raiders backfield all game long that about to continue. So, I mean, they predicting that James Madison is going to be in the backfield of Norfolk State all day long.
I mean, when teams play that first game and we get to have that initial contact with coaches and players to review what happened in the previous game, you can learn a lot. You can man up for it in practice, coaches and players. We can rebuild and we can go on from here. And you would know probably before halftime if anybody paid attention to what we said and what we worked on and what we saw based off last week. I think that applies to whether you win or lose. That game film can tell you everything. It is like a credit report from all three credit bureaus. It's like that. It's like DNA. It can tell you everything you need to know. Videotape. You think you know everything? Watch this. Coach, I was there. Watch this. Coach, I was wide open. Watch this. Coach, he had the ball. Watch this. That was not holding. Watch this. Videotape does not lie. And if people understood that and applied it to the coaching details, I think a whole lot of players would be better. Coaches would move up the chain, the ones that want to. And it'll really just make it even more enjoyable instead of all these penalties and throwing their hand up in there and saying, what did I do wrong?
Yeah, true.
State can play better.
Yeah, I think so too. Predicting the score to James Madison 44, Norfolk State 13. James Madison is a 37-point favorite, and they over and under 61.5.
I'm definitely
taking good odds for you.
I'm taking an under in that all day.
Yeah,
that's an under, that baby. That's an under.
All right, so far we are on track to again together from like we were last week. We both got James Madison and Coastal Carolina playing in this one, winning the game. So let's go a little bit down here. I got some games I want to try to get on before we get to the big boy games here later on. This one that kind of interested me is Notre Dame versus Marshall.
We are Marshall.
This game is taking place at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time at Notre Dame Stadium in Notre Dame, Indiana. This game can be watched on NBC/Peacock if you got the app. You can watch it on the road. You ain't got to sit at home and watch it on the NBC. You can watch it off the Peacock. What a name, the Peacock.
Oh, man. Oh, the Thunder and Herd, man, at school has so much history outside of the tragedy. A good buddy of mine when I lived in Charlotte, my man 40, I'm going to call him that 40, was a good friend of Randy Moss and told me this incredible story about Randy Moss and White Chocolate, that being Jason Williams, the two basketball players. And Randy Moss' story and the whole Florida State, working out for Bobby Bowden, and we all know that story. But the Thunder and Herd, man, I mean, Byron I. M. Leftwich did some great things there. They were a high-powered team for a long time and then kind of fell off the map a little bit. Notre Dame, I'm still waiting on that television contract money to kick in and show us why college football teams sign these huge television deals that haven't won anything yet. When is it going to happen, Notre Dame? When Notre Dame? Every year it's Notre Dame this, Golden Domers this, Rudy was offsides. But I do have Notre Dame winning this game, though. I have them winning this game.
Yeah, but I
If they
mean,
don't, Notre Dame going to the Big 12. If Notre Dame loses this game, they're going to the Big 12.
yeah, I agree with you too. So I mean, but I don't agree with you going to the Big 12 because right now Notre Dame, I don't know. I don't know. To me, if they go to the ACC, that could be a changer
That
for the
could be,
ACC.
but
They play the ACC though.
We can't really get into Notre Dame is very they're very picky in the company they keep. That's the best way I can put it. That is the best way I can put it, being politically correct. It has to make sense on both sides for Notre Dame, win or lose. Academics, television money, scholastics, it doesn't matter to them, but it has to win on all levels for Notre Dame. Not just for the media, not just for the sports fans, not just for recruitment. We're talking about the University of Notre Dame. But if they lose this game, it'll be more conversation about where's Notre Dame going to go.
Yeah, and if you look at this too, this is another interesting state too. Marshall played Norfolk State 55-3, but the well-traveled transfer quarterback Henry Kumba hit for 24 out of 26 passes, and one miss was a pick. But then Ethan Payne and Calvin Lundman each ran for over 100 yards. Would that happen against Notre Dame?
There's no way possible. There will be a coaches meeting in the middle of that damn game, television break or not. I don't think Notre Dame will come into a game that flat. Yeah, the first probably possession that Marshall has, they're going to come out with some trickery, some old school, let me fool them. Coach, I got this. I think I see something. All five of those are going to happen in that probably first two possessions of Marshall. Things are going to calm down, and they're going to realize this is Notre Dame. You know who we are. Let's play Notre Dame football.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there, but then this interesting thing that I put in my notes here was that Hurd has the defense to give Notre Dame running game trouble. The Irish only ran for 76 yards in a 21-10 loss to Ohio State, and Kumba is an all-around veteran ball player who knows what he is doing. So does that give him a little bit of a thing because he is a veteran type player, and he knows he's been playing. He played with I think TCU. I think
you just compared Marshall's defense with the Ohio State's defense playing the same team. As kids always say, make it make sense. That doesn't. That's two different scenarios right there. I get what you're saying. Marshall could come out of here and try to attack Notre Dame the way they attack Norfolk State. I get all that. But that's not going to happen right there. Notre Dame is going to take what's given to them. They're not one of those teams that take chances anymore. They're a conservative football team early in the year. And then after week 4 or 5, then we start seeing things Notre Dame. Okay, yeah, here we go, Golden Domers. But right now, they're going to keep it real calm and easy and real conservative. Golden Domers.
Yeah, I agree with there, but if Notre Dame does have a problem running the ball, though,
okay, there's an alternative. You don't just have to run the ball out of the backfield. You can do some receiver crossing. There's all kind of things you can do. The option doesn't always just have to be the running back. Mix it up a little bit. There can be confusion when trying to plan a run-stop game. I'm raising my hand. Coach, what type of run play are we trying to stop? Do we need speed behind us or not? I'm going to pull up my safeties in. Do I need an extra linebacker out here? Do I need to bring the skinny guys on the front line? That's a lot to think about. Most college defensive schemes are only 4 to 6 plays to prepare what the offense is going to give to them. And you have 20 seconds to decide and read and understand what you're seeing? We don't have that much time.
Yeah, and I agree with you on a certain point, but does Notre Dame have a serious problem at the quarterback position?
They're still trying to find an identity. They don't have an identity. They're looking for it. They're looking for the identity to happen. That's happened over the time, even when Alabama won a national championship with a two-headed monster. Identity problem. The Ohio State did that. Identity problem. Schools go through that. Sometimes I think it's planned. Put these kids in a very uncomfortable position with the fans, the boosters, the media, and all along behind the scenes, they probably love each other. Man, why they got us doing this? I don't know, but we're winning.
True.
Part of the game.
I give you that. But I mean, the Irish offensive line will take over early, but Tyler Buckner will have a nice game, and the team will sidestep this dangerous landmine on the way to a date with Cal.
See, that's another thing. I used to like it, but the older I get, stop looking down the road. Take the attraction as it comes to you.
I look at it this way too, but I mean, my coach always told me in high school is if you look too far ahead, you don't know what's going on, but you're looking for it right in front of you. Yeah.
That's why we practice. Practice prepares you for the unexpected. That's what you practice for.
Yeah, I mean, today you really don't have that many exciting matchups. You know, it's just because of the segment. I mean, we got 2 or 3 that really excites me that we're going to talk about a little bit later on here. I don't want to get that too much away right now, but we're going to get there, and I got some stuff I need to ask you about your team later on too. See what's going to go in that direction, because there's some key moments on the front of Kentucky, and there's a little bit of moments from Florida's issue of the injury bug. So that's going to be coming up here soon. All right, let's take one more of these small schools, and then we'll move on to a bigger school.
It ain't our fault we got a small
college.
We get mad at schools. Move up a division. We need more students.
Well, this one right here might be a contrast of styles. Army versus UTSA. University of Texas at San Antonio. This game is played at high noon. This in Michie Stadium in West Point, New York. You can see this game on CBS Sports Network. UTSA had a good season last year. Now they're coming into this season here with a loss at 38-28. How does they rebound against Army and that triple option offense?
See, that's the thing. You talk about UTSA or Army's offense?
UTSA defense against Army's offense. Triple option. See,
that's the thing. I think this is the first time ever I think Army is going to switch things up when it comes to their offensive scheme, because everybody's expecting them to do the same thing each and every game. I'm not saying that it's going to be a 60% pass and 40% run scenario. I'm just thinking the more chances of them to pass the ball are going to be available this weekend playing UTSA due to the fact what UTSA is expecting Army to do. You just said it leading off on this discussion in this matchup, coming into this triple option offense. See, everybody prepares for it. Vincent Lombardi gave an 8-hour seminar on the power sweep when the Green Bay Packers was his team. And nobody could stop it. If it's well coached and well shown how to, and you got the right people and the right pieces, nobody can stop it. Not saying Army is there right now with that, but if you sit back and think Army is going to get the whole game 80% of the time, UTSA, you will lose this game. But I have UTSA winning this game.
Do you?
Yeah. I do.
See, I got my spreadsheet here.
Sounds like you don't. That's the beauty of the show, right?
Nah, I'm gonna go Army on this one. Yeah. We got to have something that we got to be different of, you know. How about this game? I mean, I'm gonna stick with the service game. Oh, so you got UTSA, I got Army. That's our first different pick here. So you know, but I mean, if you look at it this way too, they said something interesting. It said Houston struggles to get the win because it couldn't convert decent drives into points. So I mean, UTSA still got that stingy defense they had from last year, but they played Houston, and Houston, you know, figured out a way to win against them. But I mean, you said that Army's going to probably switch up their scheme a little bit. I like to see that. I like to see them do a little bit more passing and running. You know,
show me what you got. Show me what you got.
But then again, these colleges like Army, Air Force, and Navy, they can't go out and recruit normal people because you got different qualifications to get in.
You got the commitment structure. You got to stay structured. You got to do this. It's time for a change. It's time for a change. Time for a change.
Yeah, they said that Army at home with the O having the ball for well over more than 35 minutes, the D will be rested late.
Yeah, that's the thing. That time possession, man, with those schools you just named, that's a key. When you play against a school that knows how to hold on to the ball, that's when your strategy as a team has to change. You know your defense may get long-winded due to frustration. They're taking forever to call a play, or due to the frustration of how fast they are of getting plays off, a la Chip Kelly, and getting the first down. There's a big difference in 2nd and 7 and 2nd and 3 as a defensive coordinator. And once you get past that scenario, it makes the game more advantageous for the defense. You know, and it makes it a simple game for the offense. But if the defense goes in there thinking, oh, man, they're going to keep the ball this long, they're going to do this, it's not going to be a good day for you at all. You got to think of the positive. Think of the positive.
Yeah, true that too. And this is a very interesting prediction line and stat line here on this one. Army 28, UTSA 26. UTSA comes in a 2-point favorite. Over and under is 54.5. Do you take the over or you take the under?
I'm taking the under on that all day. Bob Adams, sign me up.
There you go. If you're gonna bet with him, you know you take what he gets, you might get rich, you know. But he also, Dre also said that he takes 4.5% of the winnings. So if you take him up for that, so I mean, you know, I don't know. That's kind of sad. Let's go out of here. Let's go down the list here. You picked Ohio State over Arkansas State. I do the same thing on that one.
Yeah, the first quarter is where the money's going to be won at in that game. If you're a gambling person, you're able just to bet in the scenario or situation for entertainment purposes only. I would gamble in the first quarter if I would. I would do it like squares in the first quarter of that game. I really would. That's a fun bet, that game. When I see matchups like that, I'm picking either the first quarter or the third quarter to see the power shift coming.
All right, number 15, Miami against Southern Miss. You got Miami. I'm taking Miami too because Brett Favre is not coming back anytime soon.
But apparently, I don't know if this is a hoax or a scam. I haven't hit the button yet. But I saw on Twitter that Brett Favre has a Christian pregame sports app for you to listen to for positive Christian vibes. Is that a true thing? Or is that have you heard of this?
I never heard of it. Let me see if I can bring it up.
I saw a little thing on Twitter, and I didn't hit the button because I was of other interest somewhere else. And I was like, wait a minute. I wonder, is this a thing that Brett Favre has?
I don't know. Let me see here. The former blah, blah, blah. I know he spoke at Liberty.
Okay.
He's legendary. Brett Favre talks about his faith, and let me bring that one up here.
Does Brett Favre have an app?
Brett Favre said, "I realized later after I retired, as I think about the game, is that I and maybe you have oftentimes said, God, show me you're real, for just me, just for a second." Favre recalled the crowd, Liberty University Assembly. You look for these signs, and you never see them when they're right in front of you. And for me, the sign was I played in that game.
Okay.
You remember that game, right? That was his dad's game.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Let me see if I can bring any more by app. Let me see here.
But
it doesn't say
back, but this should be a fun game though.
Yeah, it doesn't say he has an app about it. It just says that Hollow on Twitter, pray with Brett Favre, so many others.
That's what it is. Okay, that's what it is.
Said pray with Brett Favre, so many others Christian athletes on Hollow. It's the #1 Christian prayer app in the U.S. embedded video.
Okay.
So no, it's not he doesn't have an app. It's just a Hollow on Twitter.
Okay.
So, but what do you think about the Miami quarterback Van Dyke or something like that?
Yeah, he's a transfer, right?
No, he was a freshman.
That's the hype kid. He comes in the bloodline of other Van Dykes, right? Yeah. We talked about that week 0 about the perception of playing up under the name, like Knicks. I mean, some kids do it well. I guess it's all upon the explanation of said athlete, siblings, grandfather, whatever it may be. What is the bloodline for you in this sport, this position, this college or university institution? If the explanation is explained in a way for the person to handle it, I think it'd be done well. But if it comes out, man, my grandpa didn't play it, I ain't going to play with you either. Get out there and run till I tell you to stop. You're not going to play football.
Yeah, true. That is true, too.
If you explain the legend of the name, I think they'll be, okay, I want to be a part of this. Now I want to go do that, too. You can turn it, but that quarterback is hard. That's a hard thing to live up to. Hard thing to live up to.
Right. That is true. And well, let's move it right along here. We're going to go into this next game we're going to break down here is Oregon versus Eastern Washington. Does Oregon get back on the winning track?
If they don't, the color green and yellow will stop selling across the nation. It will be – my good buddy Cassie Joe is a huge UGA fan, graduate of there. And by pure incident, she wore a green shirt by mistake to watch the game last week when UGA beat Oregon. And I posted a picture of it. She's like, oh, my God, I didn't really think about it. I was just throwing a shirt on. That's shade. Oregon needs to win this game by a huge blowout. And I don't believe in blowouts a la 1989, 1986, 1990s in college football, but the 84-10 game is needed.
Yeah. I mean, to me, Oregon's I know they played against Georgia. I know Georgia's defense was supposed to be the suspect because all the people that went to the NFL. But that Georgia defense showed me something totally different what the people said on the paper. That's why you play the game. But how does Nick get back into the swing of things after he got trampled by Georgia?
I mean, he just has to man up. I didn't believe the hype. I didn't prepare my team well. I wasn't prepared well. And the only way for us to get over this, not to forget about it, but what can we learn from this? If you don't learn from a defeat or a win, something's lacking somewhere, either on the coaching or the player. But there's a way to get over what happened in Georgia. To everybody else, we're wondering what happened. Georgia said, we did what we were supposed to do. Oregon is like, why that didn't work, coach? And coach has to explain why it didn't work. Called the wrong play. We got Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, but I mean,
when they know everything you're going to call, you got Tecmo Bowl.
Right. But I mean, what does Bo Nick have to do to? I mean, is he soft to you, or is he?
Oh man, but that's a great way to put it. The thing is, man, see, now he left the family compound. Now he's out on his own in the big city. Now he wants to show everybody, I can do this by myself. No, you can't. Listen to your coaches. Believe in your strengths. If you don't know how to do it, let the coaches know. If you can't make that throw, tell the coach. What did he tell him in Remember the Titans? Petey, I need you to make that cut. When Petey couldn't make that cut, Petey to the bench. That's how simple it is.
Does he have a short leash?
What's that?
Does he have a short leash this week?
No. Give him plays that he can make. You can't give him plays he can't make. If I can't do a 30-yard down and out, why am I quarterbacking? Don't give him plays he can't do and you hope he can do. Give him plays that can help him manage the game, control the game, and win the game. That's how easy it is. Don't make it so hard for him. That was a hard game for him. To beat Georgia, leaving Auburn, he'd been a hometown hero back in Auburn and his old high school. In the same damn weekend. He'd have been celebrated in 3 places if he'd have won that game.
True. That is true, too. But I mean, if you look at it, this game is at 8:30 Eastern Time in Ogden Stadium in Eugene, Oregon, Pac-12. They said that Eastern Washington defense got carved up last week too. The team won, but Tennessee Tech was balanced and explosive. Does Oregon do the same thing to them, or does Oregon just overmanning them?
Oregon needs to do what everybody does after an unexpected loss or win. Go back to what you're known for. Don't try to please us. Please the kids and the coaching staff. The rest will follow. They try to do too much. You can't please your mama, your daddy, your kids, your girlfriend, and your job in the same fucking day. You're going to fail somewhere.
That's true.
Somebody's going to be left out. Boo-hoo, get over it.
That's true, too.
Play Oregon football. They should have switched uniforms at halftime, as I tweeted. I would have switched uniforms at halftime. I would have shook it up. They have
would that ever help?
Combinations.
Would that ever help? Would that help any? I mean, they can't. I mean, he played Georgia. I mean, that can't help him. It might help him in this game.
Superstition in sports. There's crazy things we've all done to get out of the sinkhole, out of a slump, to get over the hump, to get out of the streak, to break the streak. We've done everything imaginable in sports. So you're trying to tell me that a college football team can't switch uniforms at halftime? Yeah, I'm shaking some shit up.
True. The prediction line is Oregon 45, Eastern Washington 20. Oregon's a 21-point favorite. Over and under 71. Do you take the over or you take the over or the under in this one?
Give me the 21 points.
Okay.
I'm going to put the pressure on them. Put the pressure on them. Even though I said I want a high-power game, I don't want a damn 42-30. No. Give them 21 points. Let's go. Impress me. So what? You got a car? You got insurance? Then your name? Show me your real ID.
All right, this one is an interesting matchup. Baylor versus BYU. All the stuff that's going on at Baylor at BYU right now. You know,
I don't think there's enough time in the world. I need JFK conspirators. I need DB Cooper in here. I need the Lindbergh baby kidnapping people in here. I'm gonna need, was Jesse really there in fucking Memphis on the damn balcony? Was that Photoshop? I need more backup from what happened at Ruby Ridge. We need all these people in there. Was that a UFO? To explain to me what the fuck happened at that volleyball game.
yeah, I mean, I don't know, because they say, put it in perspective, they said that the referees never heard it. Some other people never heard it, but I don't know. I wasn't there, so.
Neither was I, but apparently
So
law officer was, and he was the only one that said, "Well, I think I heard this."
Yeah, I mean, but let's talk about a little bit about the football here.
There we go.
This game is at 10:15 Eastern Standard Time at night. LaVelle Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. ESPN is carrying this game. Baylor 1-0. BYU comes in 1-0. What does the Baylor Bear have to do to go to Utah and beat BYU?
Oh man, Baylor needs to just BYU at home is tough, man, and it's a night game. Woo!
Yep.
So they're gonna throw things at Baylor they've never seen before. A pure woman.
Okay. Let's keep it clean. Keep it clean.
No, all right. I like Baylor. I really do. But that program has come so far in all aspects of a sports program. They're very, very exciting to watch. But this matchup is usually one of those games with a team like Baylor, the expectations of them in realism meets at one point. They're not that good as they used to be. There's potential there. But with this team and the enthusiasm and the outlook that everybody has for them, playing BYU at this particular time could really showcase both programs if they're both going up, flatline, or trying to figure things out.
Now, I've seen some reports that say BYU going to win 38-0. Do you agree with that?
I don't see a shutout. I love to see a program or an athlete or a coach show me some effort. Show me some fight. Show me some bark. Don't lay down as they used to do back in the day. As your dog is doing, every team has a little bark in them, a little bite in them. No matter what size you are. See, when those expectations meet reality again with Baylor, so they're looking around at the new student body, the new building they got. That was not y'all. That was Robert Griffin III and Brittany. They did that. You guys had nothing to do with that. Now it's time for you to do your own thing. See, college lets you live off what other people did for the school, and you hadn't done shit yet.
True.
Let these kids do their own thing. Yeah, this is a nice house we bought y'all. If you don't have nothing here, you got to get the hell out.
Right. And then BYU's quarterback, Jaron Hall, hit 25 out of 32 passes with 261 yards, 2 scores, and a win. And running backs have the rotation in the line. But it keeps harping on this. You can't hang with Baylor unless you can hold up in the trenches, and BYU can do that. Is that a true statement?
That is a very, very true statement right there. BYU is some dogs when it comes to defense. They've been very, very consistent on that. Now, on the other side of the ball, questions, concerns, we get it. Very another in-the-block strict program protocol you got to follow there, which should not be a problem right now for that school. But I love that defense. BYU Cougars is very, very excited on the defensive side of the ball. They're what the kids call sexy on defense.
Yeah. I agree with you in that too, but the one key loss is the BYU receiver will be just enough to tip this to the Baylor side. They lost one of their key wide receivers.
Yeah, but Baylor has always had the upside in a matchup like this. But here's the thing that helps BYU. Do the receivers have enough time? Will the quarterback have enough time to get them the ball for them to run their route? The route got to make sense against the defense.
Yeah, they said that the prediction was Baylor wins 27-24. BYU is a 3.5 favorite. The over and under is 53.5. Do you take the over or the under?
Oh, I'm taking the 3.5 Baylor.
Okay. So you got Baylor. So you got Baylor winning this game, don't you?
BYU. My bad. BYU. Yeah.
Ready.
Young's great grandfather, right? Brigham Young.
Yeah. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going with Baylor on this one.
Oh, there you go.
You know, I'm gonna make it interesting.
Gets the people going.
I'll make it interesting here. You know, we can't be always on the same page sometimes. You know, we got to mix it up a little bit here on this program here. So we're going right now. We're about an hour and 59 minutes before tip off for kickoff. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break, and we'll be right back. This is the College Breakdown on the All Sports All Place Network. Dre Montez and Ray Cruz. We'll be right back after these messages.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we're making up plays. We're talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
What did you say?
I said Kobe Bean Bryant has been overrated ever since he passed away.
Now, I'd say they could lose about 4, but I don't see them losing 5. You know what I mean?
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
This is the Fox D Streaming Network. Register to come on our channel at foxdnetwork.com.
Welcome back to the College Breakdown show on the All Sports All Place. This is Dre Montez and Ray Cruz. I am your host and my co-host. We are here every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. leading you all the way up to the big game, the biggest game, the 12 o'clock game, the kickoff time. We are now an hour and 57 minutes, almost 7 minutes here before kickoff. I can smell it. Can you smell it?
I can feel it. I can feel it. Feel in the air.
I can smell it. Well,
I can really smell it.
Yeah, the most interesting thing I've seen, because you know you sent me your picks earlier in the yesterday here. So I got one game that you really kind of put me in a little spot because I wasn't expecting it. That was the Howard and University of South Florida game when you picked Howard.
Oh yeah.
That surprised me.
Yeah.
This game takes place at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. ESPN Plus is the place you can watch it. USF comes in at 0-1. University of South Florida comes in at 0-1. Howard comes in at 0-2.
Oh, yeah.
So Bud's going to get the first win. Tell me how you picked this one.
Because the fact that Jordan Brand picked that school up, and I think this school is going to play on such a high level now that it's finally time to sink in. You know, when you realize what that Jordan Brand means to you, it finally sinks into you. Like, hold on. This goes beyond any dream that I could get to. Not just an individual, but the whole school, the team. We got to go out here and represent. See, sometimes these movies, when it comes to sports, especially the ones that are based on true stories, I don't know why these coaches don't apply those exact thoughts and methods to these kids. Break it down. You can't yell and get the message through no more. Break it down to its purest form. We want to make the brand look good. Let's go out here and show the brand what we can do. On both sides, the school and university and the brand. Let's go team. And watch those kids play different. It's all in the style of coaching now. We all know you can coach football. But can you coach them through this, through that, over that, beyond that, this way, that way? That's coaching.
Yeah, I agree with you there, too. They said that the Bisons have to force mistakes and limit their own to stay in this. They're 0-2, but they weren't bad in the 31-28 loss to Hampton last week with a big pass game from quarterback Quentin Williams in a first fourth quarter rally to make it close. USF, their O has to be decent to start. BYU scored 28 points on University of South Florida in a 50-21 win. The defense has to force at least 3 takeaways, and there can't be turnovers that help Hampton take over the game. So how does Howard? You know, I mean, you see University of South Florida tongue twister. They're not really a team that can turn you over. So
they have speed on the outside. I've seen a lot of their receivers make it to a few camps, a few tryouts, been watching them on different replays and highlights, what USF brings to the table. But here's the thing. Howard has speed as well, too. But this is the first time you get a matchup like this where speed gets to get tested against speed. You know, sometimes it's an outmatch. You're overmatched over here, or you don't get a chance to really show off your skills. Because coach will tell you, hey, you're way overqualified on this young man. Don't go out here and go overboard and hurt yourself. But this be one of those games when you get in the matchup that you want as a defensive player and an offensive player when it comes to receiving the secondary matchup in this game, which I'm looking forward to seeing. The history of the speed on the outside with USF and what Howard is bringing to the table on the defensive side, I am liking this.
Yes, I can see that too, but I don't know. Playing at Raymond James Stadium.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
USF will. They say how they will win the game is because Baylor's transferred quarterback Gary Bohannon will get more time to work, and the running back will rip off yards in chunks.
The first quarter, this is one of those other games. The first quarter, this is the game where that action going to be the first quarter and the fourth quarter in this one. The beginning and the end is going to really dictate this game. The first quarter, you know, Howard's going to see some things they haven't seen before. USF going to let some things go off to see if they're going to bring out the bag of tricks right away or go for the home run right away. You have to take what's given to you. You know, this is one of those games you can get tricked into some, or what we like to call they baited you into that. Don't get baited into any situation like that. Just go out there and do the game plan. This game plan goes with that game plan. It matches up well. This could be one of those games until late in the fourth quarter, and everybody's wondering like, oh, my God, Dre was right. Bethune put with them. There it is. And that's how it starts. No. I've been on both sides of this. When you playing somebody, everybody said you go out there and beat the hell out of them. But that team plays the sport too.
Yeah, true. They say Howard's USF are going to win this game 52-14. USF is the 35.5 favorite, and over and under is 59.5.
If you giving Howard 35 points, I'm taking that.
You taking it?
They
giving it to him.
I already picked Howard.
They giving it to him. So I mean, true.
Howard a plus 35.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Play some action on that, baby.
That is true. Let's do some pick'ems here. Let's go with you got Minnesota. You picked Minnesota over Western Illinois. I got Minnesota on that one. You picked Northwestern over Duke.
Yes.
Duke didn't press you in that first game of the season.
No. That's it. Did more than that.
I got Northwestern, Ohio, and Penn State. Who you got on? You got Penn State on that one?
Yes. I'm going dead here. I got to grab my charger. Be right back.
All right, we're going to take a break. Wait, this is College Breakdown on All Sports All Place Network. We'll be right back.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
What did you say?
I said Kobe Bean Bryant has been overrated ever since he passed away.
Nah, I'd say they could lose about 4, but I don't see them losing 5. You know what I mean?
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
This is the Funks D Streaming Network. Register to come on our channel at funksdnetwork.com.
Welcome back to the College Breakdown on All Sports All Place Network. This is Dre Montez, Ray Cruz. I am your host, and this is my co-host. We're moving right along here. We're doing a little bit of rapid fire pick'em. You picked up Central Michigan over Alabama.
Yes.
I'm taking Central Michigan too on that one. Number 13, Utah. You picked them to bounce back against Southern Utah. I do too. You got Temple over Lafayette. I got Temple also. Pick Ball State over Western Michigan. I'm going with Western Michigan on that one. Yeah, you got Notre Dame. We both got Notre Dame on that one. Clemson will beat Furman. So we got that one.
Dabo got that money now.
I'm gonna give you my big surprise for the day.
Okay, talk to me.
My big surprise will be Appalachian State over Texas A&M.
You see, that's gonna be like that Michigan game when they almost hit the seismograph, when they shook up the world, and Boom would lose their damn mind to do this game at College Station, right?
Mm-hmm.
And App State, Boone, Carolina fans, they travel well.
Oh, yeah.
All it takes is one. You saying we got a chance, Coach? Yeah. But I think I'm going with the Aggies on this one. I think I am. But I like where you're going on this one. Give me more bite here. Keep going.
Well, you got to understand that Appalachian State still got that new offensive coordinator, so the game film you only see is the only game film you see is when they played North Carolina. Basically, you only got that one game film, but also you got to understand too, their Appalachian State's defense hasn't come and played yet, and they got a good defense. They got a speed defense. They got speed at wide receiver. They know how to utilize that wide receiver. They also got a good running back, 2 good running backs that could put a little bit of stalemate on your Texas A&M. And then you got Bryce, who threw the ball perfectly well against North Carolina. So can he duplicate that job against Texas A&M?
Yeah, I don't want to call that Carolina game a fluke. I don't want to call App State's effort a fluke in that game, but something was off in that game. It was still very exciting to watch. But App State's defense really scares me. They don't know how good they are. On the other side, you say about the offensive coordinator, there's video footage on everything everybody has done. He has called some plays before somewhere, and somebody found that out and trying to run the analytics on trying to get a college defensive plan going against him based off what they found out in that one game against Carolina. I feel you on that. He's trying to make a name for himself without ruining the reputation of Boone. But at the same time, you got A&M and his ego on the line as well. So he would love to get a shutout in this situation. He would love to put up an 800-yard game offensively in this scenario here.
Yeah.
This and then chess match game.
Correct. And then you got North Carolina State. I got North Carolina State over Charleston Southern. Mm-hmm. So you got that one. Then we both picked Clemson over Furman. We both got Air Force over Colorado. That's going to be enough. I mean, a Power 5 school against Air Force Academy.
It's what happened with Colorado. Something happened with the recruiting process. It just can't be something happened at the school and we're never going back. We don't give a damn about the football program no more. There's no way. I mean, Mr. McCarthy went there. May rest in peace. Charles Johnson went there. My man Cordell Stewart went there. Come on. Eric Public Bieniemy went there. Where is the let's try something here at Colorado to bring the Buffalo Nation back? Can they rebuild and rebrand under the same program? Is that possible?
I don't know.
It's sad to see. I mean, Nebraska's going through it. We watched the U go through this. Now we got to watch Colorado go through this. Who's next on the list? Texas A&M, Alabama. Next, you're going to tell me there's no Santa Claus. When will it stop? Tell me the truth.
I don't know, but Alabama could go through it if Nick Saban decides to retire.
Nick Saban's wife don't want his ass at home that much.
Yeah. So we got Wisconsin over Washington State. Let's talk about the Tennessee, number 24 Tennessee against number 17 Pittsburgh.
Pitt is rather sexy. I don't know if it's the NFL kid, these uniforms, the crowd, the way they changed the viewership of the audience at home, but it's something about Pitt other than what Desmond Tutu Howard said. This team is very exciting to watch. They're fast. They are communicating well. They get overhyped. That's the only thing. They get way too excited too fast. That's the only thing.
Yeah. But without Kenny Pickett there for Pitt, does Tennessee, and then you got Booker for Tennessee. Which quarterback is going to be which team is going to have a better quarterback coming in this game? Tennessee, I think. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think Tennessee has the better quarterback coming in this, but don't forget now, I think Pitt quarterback, that's a lot of hype to come behind. You can't let them just easily forget. In college, we don't forget shit. We think 1982 was yesterday, depending on what school you went to. I mean, so it's not that easy to tell a quarterback or a college kid to go there and say, hey, that was last year. He's not here no more. Bullshit. There are people that think that that kid was just there yesterday. So you got to ease into taking over a high-profile athlete wherever you go. Just ease into the role. You can't be big man on campus that instantly. Let it come to you. Look, the Jedi mind trick. Let it come to you. I believe in the Pitt program, but he has to let the program come to him. Don't go to the program.
Yeah.
And this could be that game where he can show the Pitt Nation, hey, I'm your guy.
This game
for your daughter. I'm the guy.
This game is at 3:30 Eastern Time at Sher Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I thought they changed the name back to Heinz Field. But anyway, they play Pitt. They play at Pitt. ABC is the game where you can see it. Tennessee comes in at 1-0. Pitt comes in at 1-0. Interesting tidbit here is Tennessee will get off the bus with 400 yards and 35 points.
Bragging rights right there. All right. I like it. Pitt this is a winnable game for either school. So who comes out wanting to rebound from last week, really prove they belong, try to make a statement or a name? This is the weekend to do it. Week 2 for both of these schools, and this type of matchup is good.
And they said the running game was held in check, but Kenan Salvius had a terrific debut throwing for over 300 yards, and now he gets to throw on a Tennessee secondary that is fine, but needs to improve. It can handle itself against high-power offense passers.
Yeah, I mean, when you throw a lot of yards passing, your offensive line did a great job. So that should tell Pitt right away, we can't give this kid time or he will destroy us. He'll make our linebackers, our defensive line, and our secondary look just awful. We don't want that to happen. The game plan must be simple and intact in order for this to work.
Yeah, true. I see what you're saying. And then you got yes, Pitt brings in the passing rush, and yes, the secondary gets torched when it's good passing games. Get into a groove. West Virginia was balanced, but JT Daniels wasn't able to connect on enough deep pass plays. That's not going to be an issue for Hendon Hooker as he started bombing away from the start. He started bombing away from the start. So this will be a very interesting game. They say Tennessee's going to win 44-38. Tennessee is favored by 6.5, and the over and under is 66.
I'm taking the over in that. The over. And, of course, I think I picked.
You picked Pitt on this one.
Yes, I got Pitt. Pitt. I'm with Desmond Howard. I like his scenario and why he believes in Pitt, and it all makes sense. It all makes sense, man. When you in college, the people you're bringing in are coming into a program protocol that's specifically designed for them based on the tendencies that you saw in them in recruiting them for your program. Am I right?
Yeah.
You just don't go out there and get any fucking body in college football. You're going to get somebody that fits your coaching needs and you see what they can do. You're like, okay, this can work with my program. And that's what Pitt did a phenomenal job doing. They went out and got the right people to keep the assembly line moving and the same product is coming out. Walk it down on the line. Nobody going to know the difference. The next 5 years in college football going to be just crazy. Between Georgia and Pitt, it's going to shock the world. They have an assembly line of athletes coming out. The product going to stay the same.
Yeah.
Consistency.
And another one on your sheet that intrigued me was Memphis at Navy. And you picked Memphis to win that game.
I do. Memphis defense is just, oh, man. Memphis defense went on the radar on me about 4 years ago with Sharice White. He was on the defensive line. I went to high school with his mom at Sumner High School, and I got to watching this kid. This kid was so fast, and then that defense got better around him. When you play with somebody that has size and speed on defense, and you're not that big, you're fast, but they're faster than you, it makes you want to play better. And that's what Memphis did for like 2 to 3 years. They kept getting these type of Alabama-type style players, same body and build, different region, all coming out of the same high school or region, growing up together, Pop Warner, getting that what? Familiarity together, playing some team ball. But something happened with the coaching staff, and they got a little hiccup, and that little unit didn't disperse. Now Kentucky and Tennessee and Florida getting some of these kids, but Memphis had it rocking and rolling in football. They had something really strong coming. And I think it's on the way back, kind of on the way back. They listened to the people. But I'm thinking this Navy game is not going to make or break the team, but I just got Memphis beating Navy.
Yeah, I mean, both teams coming in 0-1.
Mm-hmm.
Navy lost to Delaware.
Yeah.
That's a shocker. But
when you already know what's for dinner at 8 o'clock in the morning, what's the sense of saying, what am I eating tonight? What you already just eat.
I mean a big steak Navy dinner, steak and lobster, surf and turf.
Navy did, but I know realism when it comes to it. I don't think Navy's going to win every damn game. They will compete in the first quarter, slow the clock down.
I think Navy wins this game. I think Navy wins this game.
Okay, you got them. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, the final score is they have Memphis 34, Navy 20. Memphis a 6-point favorite. Over and under is 50.5.
You got Navy scoring 20 points.
They got Navy scoring 20 points.
This isn't all Navy softball. This is Navy midshipman football.
But the thing is, they're playing at the Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium in Annapolis, Maryland.
I like the sound of it. I mean, it's sexy. It's like seeing your name on a marquee for the first time on a Sunday night after 2. Well, what I'm saying, that's too many points. I'm taking the under and the over-under, and I'm still picking Memphis to win this game.
Okay.
I'm still a
Gotcha. That's interesting there on that one. So
you pick the Navy to win every game, no matter who they play.
No, I don't. I just don't like Memphis.
I like Memphis for other reasons, and that game's played today as well.
Oh yeah. But lucky they ain't playing in Memphis because Bean Street will be like pumping, rocking.
Bill Street would shut down.
Yeah.
They would not be able to handle these 4 teams playing in that city on one day. They'll run out everything. They had to call in backup prostitutes from all nations. We need help. It'll be like the Super Bowl. They run out of rooms. There'll be no Airbnbs nowhere. Alcohol be gone. All the alcohol will be gone in 1 hour. No more barbecue.
Oh yeah. Of course, Navy be in town. Yeah.
Because we coming.
All right, let's take on this one here. This one is played at 12 o'clock, First Bank Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, SEC Network. Wake Forest is 1-0. Vanderbilt comes in 2-0. And you have Wake. I have Wake winning this game. Let's tell you why we have Wake winning this game. It's called Sam Hartman is back, the quarterback for Wake Forest. A much better team. Sam Hartman is having to leave with absent. This was just a misprint right there. Mitch Skiffs stepped in a way brilliant in a blowout over VMI. They played VMI the first game, so it really didn't miss too much. Vanderbilt, on the other hand, looked pretty good against Hawaii, and then they won their last matchup here, so they're 2-0 on the early season. So, does Vandy even have a chance in this ball game?
You said we had a chance, Coach. I like the way you threw shade right there. You guys see that? Vandy had a convincing win over Hawaii. Vandy beat the hell out of Hawaii. Hawaii forgot they had to play a game. That's not the point here. But Vandy has turned into like a hub for athletes here in the Illinois, Missouri area, St. Louis, Illinois area. It's a lot of athletes from this area that have found their way to Vandy. So I look at this game as like either Mizzou or Vandy. I'm starting to really pique some interest in both of these schools like I've never had before due to all these kids that are seeming to go down there for school for athletic reasons or rather for academic reasons. I'm loving this matchup here, but I don't think Vandy's going to do what they did against Hawaii in this matchup. I do not believe so.
So you don't think Vandy's turned the corner yet?
No. You can't turn a corner against Hawaii. Not yet. No, this is not Colt Brennan quarterback in Hawaii. Come on now. This is something totally different. They're in another rebuilding other than the helmets right now at 808 Hawaii. And then Wake Forest. Yes, the excitement is back. They got the kid back. All the hype was about. I have not looked at Wake Forest since maybe Chris Paul was there and Tim Duncan days. In college football, who does that? No. But Wake Forest is really just – they look totally different to me after watching them play over 5 games last year. And the story of the quarterback, it's not a Disney movie, but it's Disney or Hallmark. I will watch that. And that's what Wake Forest has turned into me. It's watchable television now. With the volume, I even turn the volume up on Wake Forest now.
You even turn the volume up on Wake Forest?
Yeah, I usually don't do that.
Right.
I just look at the game, make my own commentary. I mean, some college games, come on, man. It's so many great live streamers and podcasters out there. Let them call the game. Because some of those guys are way out of touch.
Are you scared that Hartman going to come in here as a little bit of rusty because they haven't played yet this year?
That's a great question. That's a great question. And due to the story about the young man, there's no pressure for him. He blocks everything out. There's no pressure for this kid. Yeah, it's not that many people that have that ability to block things out. I'm not talking about mom and dad are arguing in the kitchen and you in the living room. They say, put your fingers in your ear. You still gonna hear that shit. This kid doesn't hear a fucking thing. He's in a whole different. He's in his own mega world.
Right.
Football, and that's a beautiful thing to do. You can't even explain. When people go to their own destination and get the job done, we're so nosy and so inquisitive. We want to spoil it. Don't tell me where you're going. Keep it out. Keep it out.
True. That is true. So, I mean, they picked Wake Forest to win 37-20. Wake Forest is a 9.5 favorite. Over and under 60.5.
I'm taking the under, and I like that score. I like that 37-20. That's beautiful. I like that.
Yeah. It could be doable. Yeah, it could be really doable too. So I mean, yeah. All right, let's go to this one right here. We go to the next one. We're going to go to Iowa. We're going to go into Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City, Iowa, on the Big Ten Network at 4:00. This is Iowa State versus Iowa. Is it too early to play a rivalry game?
No, not in Iowa. Let's take advantage of the weather. Let's really do that. Excuse me. Let's take advantage of the weather. That way everybody can go outside. You can tailgate appropriately. You can show us on television the decent side of football in Iowa this time of year. And it's a good look this time of year. I mean, cold football is beautiful, but damn it, show me another time in that city. Let me see the street. Let me see the outlook of the stadium. Let me see your complete face without it being bundled up or mask on. That's still got Iowa in it.
That is true. Do you see? Now they're playing the names Iowa. We know the fourth quarter, the big thing, turn around, wave at the kids and stuff like that. But Iowa's last game, they won 7-3.
What was the weather condition?
It was nice and warm.
Were they at home?
Yes.
Who did they play against?
South Dakota State.
See? So that's one of those games where coach said, I'm gonna let the offense coordinator call his whole game. Somebody was given an opportunity to shine that whole game, and that was the outcome. That's all that was. That's all that was. Everybody learned from that. You can't coach no more, okay? That was your one shot. That's what I look at that game like. 73 against South Dakota State. Something's up. Something not adding up.
Yeah, and then he went on and said that that the Hawkeyes did everything offensively last year against Iowa State, winning 27-17 over 173 yards, but the defense saved the day with a brilliant performance. Is this defense really, Iowa defense is really that good this year?
See, in rivalry games, you can't really test anything new. You can't step outside the box because you know each other way too well. You know each other's tendencies. You know how to trigger each other. That's the thing about rivalry games. You can't get away with shit. You can get lucky. That's the referees could be a new person in there that has a very important call to make. It could probably fuck it up for everybody. But that's what the rivalry games bring. They bring the unexpectations, the things we didn't know. Oh my God, I didn't see that coming. All it takes is one. That's all it takes. So you're saying we got a chance, Coach.
Yeah.
I said hold up the block for 3 seconds and go. What if I hold it for a second and a half without telling you? I'm open.
Yeah, and this one little statement here I put in my notes is, yeah, Iowa won 7-3, but it felt like 77-3.
That's like a man said he put it on a woman for 2 hours. It was only a minute and 45 seconds, Teddy. Timing is everything. Timing is everything.
Yeah, it's always everything. All right, let's see here. Let's go here and see what we haven't picked here. All right, let's talk about Arkansas and South Carolina at 12 o'clock ESPN. They're playing in Arkansas, Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Arkansas in the building. Arkansas. Man, I like this matchup. I like this matchup this time of year. It's after Labor Day. It's before Halloween. All the family reunions out the way, all the kids in school. Well, let's get the family back together. Let's go to the game. Arkansas on 3. I got Arkansas in this game. I think I picked them. Yeah.
He picked them. He picked them. But, I mean, does Spencer Riley does Spencer Riley do anything for you?
It does. It does a lot. But, again, this is one of those early season matchups which beneficial for a portal transfer to get his issue off, to fit in, to show you I can ride the team bus. So we can sleep in the same room together. I don't snore. This is the weekend to fit in, and this matchup makes good sense for me. It makes – why not Arkansas in this game?
Yeah, true. I got Arkansas winning this game because I don't think South Carolina still got – that defense is still not going to be solid against Arkansas, and so – that's why I picked them.
They're thinking too much like, let's please the people. Let's get some offensive spirit here first, and then work on the defense. That's the wrong way to do it. No, you don't put one piece of bread and a toast at a time. You put both in there.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's going to be a very interesting thing to do here. So let's talk about the North Carolina and Georgia State game. Does North Carolina defense come and play to this game?
I would hope so. They better have their tablet out right now, watching all defensive mistakes last week. Keep your head down, boys. I don't want to hear nothing from none of you. This is the only time you're allowed to watch video while I'm on this bus with y'all. Everybody watch the defensive plays from last week. Turn that damn music off.
This game is at 12 o'clock Eastern Time at Center Park Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. It used to be known as Turner Field. How to watch this game? ESPNU. The record: North Carolina comes in 2-0. Georgia State comes in 0-1. They lost to South Carolina. Georgia State did. North Carolina's beat Appalachian State and FAMU. Now they played the second Sun Belt. They played their second A-Sun team, and now it's the other top contender of the A-Sun. They beat Appalachian State, and then Georgia State is the second place team in that league. Now they're going to play them. If Carolina wins this game, does Carolina claim the A-Suns championship?
You open up against App State, then you go to FAMU, and now you playing Georgia State.
Yeah. Who
did this? Who? Somebody didn't see this and just let this go. Who scheduled? Who did this? How's this even fair in college football?
Well, I mean, North Carolina is playing the second game of their two out of three. Though they played one at home against Appalachian State, and then they had to go up. They promised to go up to Appalachian State, and then they play Appalachian State one more time, and they closed out that contract with Appalachian State. That's the deal for that one.
Now I'm talking about this 3-game open here. So I think here's what really happened. Carolina agreed to put 25 kids a year in private institutions in the Carolina area. That's what I think happened. Because this sounds mighty fishy to me. Mighty fishy. But Carolina defense, I want to see improvement than what I saw against App State. That was like, I was worried about you, Ray. I was worried about you.
I ain't got worried about me. But
when I saw the score kept moving. I'm like, what?
Well, you look at this. Tar Heel star wide receiver Josh Downs is not going to be able to go in this game, but Drake May has been on fire to start the season, and the running game has averaged 6 yards per carry against App State and balanced that explosion and showed up in Atlanta. Well, it showed up in Atlanta. The running game, all the freshmen they got going in this ball game.
Okay. So that's an excuse for Carolina to slow down this weekend?
No, I mean, you got a freshman quarterback, but he played one game last year, and now came up, and now he's replaced Sam Howell, one of the most decorated quarterback in Carolina history. He set all kinds of record in North Carolina. So now he's taking up that. But the running back position is you got a bunch of freshmen back there, and it's been Hampton against FAMU, and it had been now Earl Hood against Appalachian State. Which running back going to step up this week?
So that's the thing, man. With these freshmen coming in, they're not a freshman to football. They're freshmen to the program. Now, if they're not doing well, a couple of things going wrong. They can't read a playbook, or the style they came from, it's an unwritten language where they're at. If they didn't pick that up early in spring training, something's wrong with all these restrictions right now in coaching. That could be the language barrier right there. But again, you don't bring no kid in your program that understand the program they're coming into. So it could be a competition situation. It could be a homesick situation. Because everybody that go to Carolina, not from Carolina. That's some unusual living down there if you've never been there before. The South, not for everybody. So you can have that issue. Mom, I won't come home. They have no sun here.
I mean, North Carolina, if the defense comes to play today, it'll be really shocked, we go from a high scoring game. Now, how about if this game turns out to be like an Iowa game? Carolina wins 7-3 behind the defense.
I would rather take that than that bullshit they did with App State. That'd be something to talk. You wear your uniform all the way back to the school, though. Nobody taking their uniform off. If Carolina wins 7-3, there's nobody taking their uniform off. Straight to the bus. We're not even going in the hotel. Back to school.
Yeah,
we defense did that against App State. Then you go out here and play Georgia State and win 7-3. Let's go. Get the hell out.
We both got North Carolina winning this one. Let's see here. Let's see where we're going to go to next here. How about Houston, number 25, Houston against Texas Tech, the Red Raiders?
Hey, I'm not going to lie to you at all. Probably 10, 15 years ago, this game, the over-under was probably 135. Houston and Texas Tech used to have shootouts. They used to have, is that okay to use that nowadays? Politically correct. Sorry about it. High-scoring games. I'm talking 7 touchdowns to 8 touchdowns. They used to have some bangers going on back in the day, man. But both of these programs, well, Houston, they went a different route. But Texas Tech, the Red Raiders, I love them. I love that school.
This game is at 4 o'clock at the Jones AT&T Stadium in Lubbock, Texas. You can watch this game on FS1. Both teams comes in at 1-0. Houston, Texas Tech won't seem like it will ever have the ball. Houston might have the ball for 10 or more minutes, but Smith will be effective when he has the chance. Neither team will run well. Both quarterbacks will be great. Houston, Clayton Tune will have a monster day, and the future of Big 12 brother will set the tone for a near future. So I see you have Texas Tech winning this ball game, so you still sticking by that?
I'm sticking with them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Houston on this one. I think Houston's gonna bounce back and play better than what they did last week. We both got California versus UNLV. We both got Washington beating Portland State. You got Purdue beating Indiana State. I'm gonna go with you on that one. I think Purdue will handle Indiana State. I don't think it's a competition. I think Rutgers, me and you agree with Rutgers versus Wagner. Now we got Wyoming, North Colorado. You got Wyoming. I don't think I'm going to take them because they're playing in Laramie, Wyoming. I think Wyoming's a little bit tougher there. You got Colorado State beating Middle Tennessee. I think that Middle Tennessee pulls the upset on that one. I'm going with Middle Tennessee.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, Chip Kelly will beat Alabama State easily. So we got that one. All right. This team in Carter World versus Nevada. You got Nevada beating Carter World. I don't know nothing about them, so I'm going with a team I know about.
When in doubt, red.
Yeah, I'll go with Nevada that one. Kansas versus West Virginia. This game is at 6 p.m. on the Big 12/ESPN Plus. So let's talk about this team in Morgantown and Kansas. Kansas won their first game of the season. West Virginia lost to Pitt. Does West Virginia bounce back against Kansas, or does Kansas turn the corner and win 2 in a row?
I mean, if Ralph Friedgen was still coaching at Kansas, they would probably have a chance at this game. But West Virginia, I believe they really don't understand what happened last weekend. Was it rushing plays? Was it not understanding the opportunity? Was it drop passes, holding the ball too long? There were so many miscues in that game because I had West Virginia winning that game against Pitt. I do believe I did. In one of my pools I did. I had West Virginia winning because I lost money when Archie Manning didn't go there. That's another damn story. Archie Manning, son of a bitch. But West Virginia has to keep the eye on the prize and play the game that's in front. Don't worry about who's ahead. Don't worry about that. Get the first down, drive the ball, don't turn the ball over. Dumb penalties need to stop. Dumb penalties need to stop. It really does. It's cute and fun when you're winning 49-3 with 3 minutes left in the game. But when the game first started, you're making unsportsmanlike conduct calls, almost getting thrown out of the game, crazy gestures, getting into it with the fans. I mean, for what? What is all that for? It's not helping the team. It doesn't help the team anymore. It takes away from the team when you do all that.
Right. That's true, too. I mean, but does JT Daniel bounce back, too? That's what you're saying?
I hope so. I mean, that game, the way that game against Pitt went, I don't think the game plan protocol was followed. There was no emergency evacuation plan. There was no plan of action what to do if he doesn't carry the one, dot the I, cross the T. What are we supposed to do, coach? Either the people upstairs weren't communicating. Was the Wi-Fi out? I mean, did we forget the password? There was so much bad body language and communication in that game. I couldn't figure out a way how to call nobody and say, pick up the damn phone and fix this. It was bad football to watch. When you're at home can see what's going wrong, why do people upstairs that get paid to do this can't figure it out, i.e. the coaches? I mean, give me a headset. I'm legally blind. Give me some binoculars. I can yell at somebody and say, get on him, Teddy.
True. That is true. I don't know. That's something I can't figure out. But, I mean, Kansas, you know, they had that one good season and they went to sputter like my Jaguars in NFL. They have one good season and then they sputter the rest of the year.
I hope you talking about a Jaguar Pop One or Little League church team. You
no, I'm talking about the one downtown.
Oh Lord,
talking about the one downtown. TIA Bank.
Ray drinking Kool-Aid in the morning again, mommy.
Yeah. All right, does East Carolina and the kicker come back and take the revenge over the upset-minded Old Dominion who upsetted Virginia Tech?
Old Dominion's on a high. Tech fans still getting into a fight with each other. I got East Carolina winning this game.
It's played in East Carolina University at 6 p.m. ESPN Plus. But East Carolina did lose their first when they named a football game the tailgate party. They did lose that one because of the kicker. So it's a little interesting tidbit.
Everybody, it should be a secret that you're a college drinking town because parents listen now. Everybody post every damn thing. Let them find out for their damn self about Tarboro County. Just let them find out for themselves. Let them find out for their damn. East Carolina Pirates, they party well.
Oh, yeah, they do.
I think I did my first.
They very do.
See, there, boom, one of them.
That's East Carolina.
Oh, I've been there.
I know.
Good people there.
I've been to plenty parties there as a high school student.
Not me.
I went with my buddy. My buddy went down to. He was getting recruited by him, so he went on a football visit. So he took me with him, and we went there. We got there like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and we were leaving after everything was over. We got to see the football game. So after the game was over, about 6 p.m., we were about to leave, and some dude came to us and, hey, y'all want to stay and go to a party? Dude, I was 18 years old. Got free alcohol, everything else in the matter of that. So,
those were the days, man. Those college recruiting trips that you go with your buddy on.
Yeah.
Stories they tell you.
So you got Florida Atlantic over Southeast Louisiana, correct? Yes. I'm going with you on that one. I don't see about Southeast. All right, this is me and you gonna have a little discussion a little bit about here. Liberty versus UAB. This game is in Lynchburg, Virginia at 6 p.m. ESPN Plus. UAB goes into Lynchburg, and you got them pulling out a victory. Does Hugh Freeze, is he on the hot seat if they lose this game?
Yes. Yes, you can't. You lose to a program they walk away from the program for 4 years. Their second year back, a third year back.
Something like that.
Yeah, so this is that hot seat game. This is one of those games where I hate it's happening this early for him. I hate that this situation is on the table. Hey, this is your resume saying you can do this. When are you going to do what this says? The answer is not me. How did you get this answer without giving me the formula? Because this formula that I see right here is not the equation I'm getting. That's what I'm feeling right there. When you get a high-profile coach who comes in with so much positive, how much time frame are we giving you, though? That's another thing. How much with the program, the money, the recruiting style, and the coaching technique nowadays, and the transfer protocol, how much of a window are you giving me based on my resume?
Yeah, true. I agree with you that too. But I still think
I don't want to rush the process, but I don't want to undercook my food. And I got hungry people. I don't want to overcook it. Nobody gonna show up that like it that way. I want to cook it just right for everybody.
Yeah, I took liberty in this one, so we got a lot of games that we're not even with each other.
That's the beauty of it.
I got number 7 Oklahoma beating Kent State. I don't see how Kent State can win that game
At all.
Yeah, I got Ole Miss over, same as you. Got Ole Miss over 22. Ole Miss over Central Arkansas. I took Syracuse over UConn. I can't see that. I took Georgia Tech over my sister school, Western Carolina University. I just can't. I mean, even though Western Carolina did win their first game of the season, I still can't fool myself seeing them being the ACC team. You know, even though it is Georgia Tech. So, I mean, I don't see that happening, though. But I got Utah State beating Wilbur State just like you do. I'm riding the green wave against Alcorn State. I got SMU over Lamar. And we already talked about Howard. You took North Illinois over Tulsa. I'm going with Tulsa on that one. You took Eastern Michigan over Louisiana. I'm taking Louisiana over Eastern Michigan. Troy against Alabama A&M. Yeah, I got Troy on that one. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take Texas Tech over Florida International all day long. Mm-hmm. Taking Louisiana Tech over Stephen F. Austin, just like you did. All righty. This is another interesting one on your picks here. You took Stanford over number 10 USC. Please explain yourself how you figured this one out. I still can't figure your logic on this one.
Listen. Who is trying to really show that, look, this is why I did this. Look, this is why this is going to work. Look where I'm at now. Look who's all going to come where I'm at now. Look, I'm running my own shit the way I wanted to. That's USC. Who needs to win in college football more than anybody? Well, Notre Dame and USC. They both need to be impactful this year. And he got his quarterback with him to leave, and I do believe a receiver and somebody on the defensive side. He has everything you need to move when you step out on your own. He got the first 2 years of rent paid. He has homeowners insurance. He got the car that him and his buddies can ride in together. That's insurance. And he got a party pad. He has everything you need to move out on your own. What else could fail? Oh, a lot. The X factor. The X factor. That's Stanford. What does Stanford have to lose out of this whole thing? Not nothing. A fucking thing. Nothing. And when you have nothing to lose, you don't care. You don't care. That's my theory why I think Stanford's going to win this game.
Wow. That's a very good candidate, on that one. So I kind of believe you on that one.
Alabama.
Huh?
Did you think Johnny Manziel was going to be Alabama?
In a way, yes.
No, damn, no. I need the real honest. The first time A&M played Johnny Manziel against Alabama, did you know for a fact that Alabama was going to win that game?
I know for a fact that Johnny Manziel was a freaking mobile quarterback, and back then, at that time, Alabama had a hard time dealing with a mobile quarterback. Plus, Johnny Manziel was just being Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football,
No. There were probably 15% of the nation before that game was played that even thought A&M had a shot winning that game. But now, years later, people say the same thing. Well, if you look at Alabama on that special team play, there was no speed on that team. Really? It can happen to anybody.
Oh, good.
Hold on. Did you see Mississippi State beating Florida? Did you see that game? Okay.
No.
It can happen.
Nobody seen that Appalachian State and Michigan game either.
Nobody. All it takes is one. And if you get a whole group of guys that don't care what happened, you got a whole college team that don't care if they win or lose. They don't care. So what's the worst that can happen? This is Stanford. Before homecoming weekend. This is shock of the day.
On that note, we're going to take a quick break. We're less than 1 hour away from college kickoff, and we're coming back. We're going to be talking about your Florida Gators and Kentucky and all the news going around with that injuries on both teams here. So let's and plus, how in the world did Florida jump all the way from non-ranked to number 12? We're going to get your reaction after this. This is the college breakdown on the All Sports All Plays Network. This is Dre Montez and Ray Cruz. We'll be right back.
All Sports All Plays. All Sports All Plays. All Sports All Plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
What did you say?
I said Kobe Bean Bryant has been overrated ever since he passed away.
Nah, I'd say they could lose about 4, but I don't see them losing 5. You know what I mean?
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
This is the Fonx D Streaming Network. Register to come on our channel at fonxdnetwork.com.
Welcome back to the College Breakdown Show. This is Ray Cruz. We are exactly 57 minutes away for kickoff here. 57 minutes away for Saturday kickoff. So we did a little bit of teaser going to the break, and now we're going to see the Florida Gators and Kentucky. Your team, the Gators.
I feel good about them. I like the way we didn't give up, especially that 2-point conversion. There's a whole lot going on in that play. Whole lot going on. I like the excitement. I like the outlook on our offense. That defense is finally starting to gel together. I like the way we settled down. Came out of there kind of high energy. Expectations were high, kind of low. Got kind of funny. Again, I didn't see the game live. I had to watch it in delay due to having family and friends in town. But I like the way the game turned out for us. Can we use that as a stepping stone to have a better season? Can we go above 500? Can we get in a more than a 8-win bowl game? Can we be in that conversation of an SEC title? Too soon to tell. But I like this matchup as well. Like last week, I like it.
Yeah, so I mean that's pretty interesting. But tell me, how do they go from non-ranked to number 12 and jump everybody else that haven't lost?
Because who we beat We beat a number 7 team or number 12 team. What are they, 12 or 7 when we beat them?
They were number 7 when you beat them.
It's the way that we beat them. And it's a fact it's an SEC team. No matter where we sit at on the meter poll with you, it's what the people in the poll system decided to do. You know, I didn't like the fact we weren't ranked, but in the way I like it, challenge us. With the type of school and institution that we are, what we've known to have done on the collegiate forefront as well as in the NFL, in all areas of sports and academics, we have been a powerhouse everywhere. And the expectations have been very high, but the results have not been there. So I think finally now, given that we dropped in the bottom outlook in recruiting, nobody thought of us. We had to shuffle at the quarterback. That was confusion. Now we got the coaching situation. I'm just glad we got rid of the coach who wife kissed all the damn players on the mouth before COVID, because that was drawing me some concern. But maybe now, I don't want to use a new direction, but maybe sometime listening to a different parent that's still in the same house you were raised in does help sometimes. And maybe I'm thinking this is what's going to happen with Florida. It's nobody new coming into our house. It's somebody visiting our house that we know him very well. He knows the children of football. So I think he knows how to talk to this Florida football team. It's really going to show this week with me. But I think that's the reason why we jumped. The expectations was very low. They proved that to us in our preseason rankings. And then when the season started, and then the way we played against the number 7 matchup, I like the way we showed up to that fight. We are Florida football. We are the Gators, baby. As they say,
now,
it's great to be a Florida Gator.
Now, does Gator get a big breakout since Chris Rodriguez is out for Kentucky?
No, I don't want to have I don't want us to go in this game thinking, hey, we lost to Kentucky because we weren't playing Florida football. We should never lose to Kentucky because we are Florida. We can't go in that game that way, because the way recruiting is matched up now, it's an even playing field. Everybody has an All-American from some damn town somewhere on that team. They were the big man on campus before. And that's how we got to go into this game. We can't go in there thinking, oh, we the Florida Gators. We can't let Kroger Frito do that to us again. No. Wrong outlook. Yeah. We got to go in there and just play our type of football. I want that band, that traveling crew to all come along, and let's show what orange and blue really look like. That's what I want today to happen with this evening. That's what I want.
But this game is at 7 o'clock. It's at Benning Hill Griffin Stadium in Gainesville, Florida, ESPN. Both teams comes in 1-0. Chris Rodriguez is out for Kentucky. The issue with Florida will be the long snapper if they have to punt.
We're not punting. Damn that.
You're not going to punt in this game?
No. Damn that. I'm being optimistic. No.
The defense will make Anthony Richardson try to win through the air as the linebacker keep from making plays on the move. The plays in the backfield were there against Miami University, where they beat 37-13. Does they have a chance to keep Anthony Richardson in check from running and make him beat him with the arm?
See, when Lamar Jackson was in college, people tried to come with a game plan on how we're going to stop him. They thought they could stop him by running, spread the defense out, follow him the ball, keep a spy on him. But they forgot about the arm. Nobody knew about the arm, the flick of the wrist throw. Not saying that Richardson has that flick of the wrist throw, but he has an arm. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Major Harris, just a little bit. Just a tad, the way he throws the ball, just a tad. But that name comes to mind, how strong his arm is. He can run. He has good field vision, real good field vision. So that's the thing. Don't overdo it on trying to concentrate on stopping the run or force him to the run. And he can throw across the body as well, too, with great accuracy. Don't have him pull out his Swiss Army knife if he doesn't need to. But we will.
Now, this is a very interesting take. Quarterback Will Levis coming in off a 303 yards performance, but he'll keep pushing the Gator secondary that had issue with Utah passing game late in the game. Do you see that is going to be an issue for your secondary? Because your secondary did give up a lot of stuff in that that last quarter.
Yeah, you're right on that. It was not about we couldn't defend the pass. It was more about the schemes. They gave it a different look. You know, you can put trips left. You could do a pro set, but it's all about how you come off and how the players execute it. You know, sometimes the offense calls a play that can go either way with the defensive scheme you have. And I just think that's what Florida got caught up in. They got caught used to a look. And out of that look, Utah was able to bring out a different look to Florida. But I think game film helps when you've never seen something like that before. Like I remember the Titans. You know, offense, you're going to stay on defense. You're going both ways out here. Let's go. A 5-receiver set. Nobody ever seen nothing like that before. Motion receiver, sunshine. What are you doing? That's all that was in Utah, but it's just football. It's football.
True. That is true. So, all that says is Florida will win 27, Kentucky to 23. Florida is a 5-point a favorite. Over and under is 52.
I'm taking the under and my Gators.
Okay, I got Florida. Let me see who did I pick. I think I picked Florida over Kentucky. Because Chris Rodriguez is out, their star running back, and I think Florida's got a little bit better of a quarterback in Dan Will Levis as Kentucky. So I believe I picked Florida. Let me see here. Trying to find a game on my chart here. No, actually, I took Kentucky. I took Kentucky on this one. Okay. I'm gonna stay with Kentucky. I just wanted to have something kind of odd, give you a chance to catch back up with me.
I got you.
Yeah, because I'm gonna show you. We didn't do this yet. That was your week. That was your week 1 right here. 5 wins, 6 losses. My 7 wins, 4 losses. Last week. There you go. Last week you finished 1 game behind me. Not last week. Overall, you have 52 wins, 18 losses. I have 55 wins and 15 losses.
Okay.
So I'm 3 games ahead of you. It all depends on all these games that I got picking against you right now. So
trying to scheme it all out, I see, huh?
Yeah, I could put, if all my teams win, I could put some distance between us. But if I don't, you can put yourself ahead big time too. So, because I took number 10 USC over at Stanford, so I didn't say that. All right, let's go with Herm Edwards at Arizona State versus number 11 Oklahoma State. Who you got Oklahoma State winning this game, and why?
Oh man, I think OK State is feeling a little left out in this whole Texas A&M, OU, USC whole situation. They're feeling a little left out in this. I think they want to feel like they want to be in the conversation again. They're tired of just being talked about 2 or 3 times a year. They want to be in the conversation the whole damn time. We have more than something to do than women's college World Series here, people. We are Oklahoma State football. And as much as I love me some, there's nothing there going after midnight and the da-da-da-da-da-da. I love me some Herm Edwards. They're getting close. Herm Edwards is getting close to being in every weekend conversation of the way that team has improved. But this weekend, I'm just going with OK State.
Yeah, I'm going with them. I'm going with OK State in this one too. Sorry, Jay. Sorry about your team, man, but I gotta go with that. Auburn versus San Jose State. I got Auburn. You got Auburn. LSU. I'm taking LSU with you over Southern. Georgia Southern versus Nebraska. You got Nebraska winning this. Is this because right now Nebraska's what? 2-0 or 1-1? 1-1. If Georgia Southern happens to upset Nebraska, is Scott Frost gone now?
Where's this game played at?
Lincoln.
Oh yeah, he's out of there. If they win this game right after the handshake, the security detail, they're gonna take him to a different exit. He's not even going in the locker room. He's going out his own private exit. All his shit gonna be outside in a moving van.
Wow.
He got to do that. Unacceptable. If this game is even remotely close, yeah. Who's gonna be the replacement? You're gonna coach yourselves. And that would happen in a James Vanderbeek football movie. Didn't they do that? And Billy Bob, they coached them damn selves.
Yeah, I think so.
They can do the same thing. Coach yourselves. You've been doing it long enough. You'll figure it out. Offense coordinator can step up. Assistant coaches step up. Because somebody not stepping up. I can't put this all on Scott Frost, but damn it, who else are we supposed to blame here? Because this is not what we signed up for.
No, nothing. But sometimes coaches, he had a great situation in Central Florida, and then next thing you know, he want to go back to his college, and sometimes that don't even work.
For what? That girl moved. She don't want you no more. The hell you want to go back to college for? You done been to the NFL. You done rebuilt another program. But why?
All right, so you got North Texas. I got North Texas. You got Rice. I got Rice. Hawaii, the 808 versus Khaki Pants, number 4 Michigan. You got Michigan on this one. Is it going to be a blowout?
It's going to be like when Georgia beat the hell out of Hawaii in that Sugar Bowl.
Uh-oh.
It's going to be like that. That was embarrassing. That's when Steve realized they wasn't fast. What the hell was that? And that was a linebacker. That was a defensive tackle, 398 pounds, catching a receiver. What? Deer speed.
Yeah, and this one here is that Tarleton State versus TCU. If this Tarleton State beats ECU, this is one of the biggest upset that this commences a big upset.
If Tarleton State wins that, that's a TikTok video going viral. Somebody in Vegas made a wild bet on a cover, won a lot of money. That's one of those damn stories right there. It happens every weekend. But not to people like you and I.
Well. We're getting to down here, the nitty gritties here. We got about 43 minutes, less than 43 minutes away from kickoff. Boston College at Virginia Tech, 8 o'clock on the ACC network. Does Virginia Tech rebound from that loss against Old Dominion to beat Boston College in Lane Stadium?
I would hope so. The Hokies, they need the turkey center. Look. They need it.
How about Sandman?
I like that too, though. There's a lot of college traditions I like, man, from the conversations with the alumni, or the people that grew up in the area, the people that work near the school or university. Everybody has a story to tell you about college football, the matchup, the players, the stories that everybody knows, the kind that nobody knows at all. That's why in college football, we don't forget shit. 1985 was last week to us. Depends on what school you went to. I said this earlier in the show. It depends on what school you're talking about, what region you at, and who you talking to when you're talking about college football on Saturday. Be careful. Get on the way. We ain't put the list together yet. But
does Boston College
don't give a damn?
Does Boston College have a chance to go into Lane Stadium, or do they get embarrassed, or do they freeze up when they hear the Sandman in that stadium starts rocking?
That Sandman scares some people, but maybe somebody picked up on something. Did I pick Boston College in this one?
No, you picked Virginia Tech.
I picked Vi Tech. I believe in the Hokies. Go Blacksburg.
Yeah, I got Vi Tech bouncing back. I don't see them losing again. You got San Diego State beating Idaho State. I got them too. Then you got University of Louisiana Monroe winning. I got them too. I'm taking New Mexico over UTEP. Probably gonna lose that one, but yeah. All righty, Mister. Oregon State versus Fresno State. You got Fresno State winning that. I got Oregon State winning it.
The Bulldogs Bulldogs versus the Beavers, right?
Yep. And then Mississippi State Bulldogs versus the Arizona Wildcats in Arizona. So, how do you see? And you got Arizona winning this game, and tell me why you got Arizona beating a SEC team.
Because it's Mississippi State, and the fact that that game against Tebow, the speech game, where we got the plaque as you walk it in. I can never forget that game. So no matter what, I will always go against Mississippi State at some point during the season. It can come early. But until they prove me wrong, I get to rocking and rolling with old Stocksville, Mississippi again. But for now, I'm going to go with the Wildcats of Arizona. I like their running game. That's a running game.
Well, the only game that we have not really discussed about, we're about to go ahead and discuss this one. It's old Nick Saban taking his Alabama Crimson Tide into Austin, Texas to play Texas. And Bebo is there. Does that scare Alabama, seeing a bull sitting right there eyeing you in the end zone?
You know what scares Alabama? Nick Saban smiling. Alabama,
I don't know, but
they nervous. If they see Coach smiling, oh shit, he about to give it to us. I would love to hear his halftime speech when his team is only winning 21-3. It's the missed opportunities that pisses him off. It's you should know better. And it's the offside calls that really, the unnecessary penalties. He hates the mistakes that should not be a mistake in a game. That's not called perfection. We've worked on that all week. You're making mistakes that we've worked on all week. That's what Nick Saban does not understand. You work on something all week. How do you fail at it when you come tested on it, son? Now, that's what they call the inability to adapt. Or what else they used to call that? When somebody's telling you something and you have no, what they call that? It'll come to me. But it's in that realm of educational feedback, no listening skills. That's why the teach-back method always changed. That's when they went to demonstration. Well, maybe he doesn't understand me telling him the problem. Maybe I got to write it down on the board. And that's what it comes to. He hates stuff like that. But if they do all that, he won't smile. The interviews get shorter. But the videos to follow will be much appreciative to the game.
Oh, yeah. True.
But when they piss him off, he going to talk all damn night.
Oh, yeah. That's one thing there. Yep, that's true.
That's 8 water bottles and 2 Gatorades and a cup of coffee. He about to go off in that locker room.
Yeah, I can see that going on. Now, does Texas even have a remotely of a shot winning this game? A remote. I just said remote.
They have a chance, but they got to pull some Vince Young, some Baker Mayfield, some Manziel shit. Believe in you. That's all it takes, man, to compete with Alabama. Believe in you. To beat Alabama, you got to believe in you and go with the game plan. That's it. That's everybody in the South tell all their kids coming up. You can do anything you want, baby, if you believe in yourself and understand what I taught you in this household, in that church on Sunday. There it is. That's the upbringing of the South right there. That's the handbook of the South. That's it. That is the handbook of the South. And some coaches have made that applicable to their coaching program. That's why the kids go there. It's the same shit I had at home. It feels so familiar and so comfortable. Why would I go somewhere else and it don't even sound right to me? This here sounds exactly what I'm used to my whole life. So why would I go somewhere else?
Yeah, this bill is Steve Sarkisian going up against his former boss. And Quentin Edwards is the quarterback for that. But they still do have a healthy Bijan Robinson, the running back.
Oh, Steve.
Is he going to be a factor
Steve
for
had
Texas?
the keys to the car almost a decade ago. He had the best looking car on the block. Everybody's talking about nice house. Steve had the future paved out. Paved out. Wasn't nobody even paying him no mind. He could have put the pack on top way before Stanford got on board. He had the upper ledge. He had it all. He got that big. Messed it all up. Then he tried to do things his own way. Then he got the alumni involved. Then we had that old debacle that happened on the field, off the field, on camera, pulling kids up out of the program. An absolute nightmare that happened in the pack. But now, how these kids are supposed to respond to this fast. To me, I think it's too soon to believe in Steve. Prove me wrong. I liked him as a player. I appreciate him as a coach. I started to like him even more as he kept growing. But then he got too big for his britches, as they say in the South. And you get too big for your britches in the South, you're reading the Bible, you're on punishment, no TV, you're doing all the chores, and you're going to work on the farm Saturday with your grandfather. Those 5 things are going to happen. And Steve has not learned. Well, we don't know yet.
Right.
I want a good game out of this. I want a good game out of this. I've heard some unfathoming factors about Texas football. They've had less than 10 first-round picks in the NFL since Vince Young.
Good God.
Less than 10 first-round picks in the NFL coming out of Texas. All that money in Texas, all that. Now, I don't know what the hell Mac Brown and Charlie Strong did to that football program down there. But somebody got to be ready to put their hand on somebody's chest and bring it back to life. It's a shame Texas in USC in UCLA football is as bad as it is right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's a shame.
That is true. But, they got Texas will have to play a full 60 minutes, and they got to be played mistake-free. They can't turn the ball over. They can't have no empty possessions because Alabama will kill you.
You said Texas got to play mistake-free football.
Mm-hmm.
That's like telling me to go to Hooters and don't look down. That's going to happen.
Game of football, but if they can minimize the turnover and minimize their three and outs,
I like that analogy and answer a whole lot better than playing mistake-free football. Let's minimize the mistakes, gentlemen. That's what I would go with. I know you're going to make a mistake, Timmy. You're going to wreck Dad's car the next 4 years. It's okay. But don't go out of this house saying I'm going to drive perfect every day. I'm not going to do nothing wrong. Bullshit. You are. But let's just minimize mistakes. No more than 2 tickets this year and no wrecks in a year. None. Minimize the mistakes.
True. Yeah.
Don't preach mistake free. We must play perfect. No. Oh no. Oh God, no. Don't do that. Just go out there and just say, we know we did this week. We watched our film. Coaches have done their job, and you gentlemen have done your job as well. Minimize the mistakes. Let's play Texas football. Hook 'em.
But does Texas have anything that can slow down Bryce Young?
Not really off the bat. Not really off the bat. But I don't know what's in the bag, because when everybody plays Alabama, when everybody goes up against Nick Saban, they always got something in the bag. Whether they're using it didn't work, or they're using it worked, or they used it worked with perfection, but there was a handkerchief on the field. Ruins everything. But everybody that's played against Nick Saban, I'm talking today's LSU.
Yeah.
I'm talking days in Michigan. Every time they go up against that man, they want to challenge themselves. That's what make coaches do that next move, your move shit. That's it. When it comes to playing that dude, he makes you put on your best clothes, show your best. You tell your players, act like you've been here before. Calm down the jumping around, no showboating. It's 60 minutes of football. Let's go get them. That's it.
Yeah, so I mean, this could be a really. So if you had to, what would you say the final score will be in this game?
Woo! Alabama 52, Texas 17.
The Alabama's favored by 20. Over and under is 61.5. They predict Alabama 41. They predict Texas 20 in this ball game. And you both went. Huh?
I got the over 61. I like that.
So, me and you both picked Alabama. So we're gonna recap this here a little bit here, and then we'll talk a little bit more about some stuff here leading up. We're less than 30 minutes away for kickoff. Less than 30 minutes away for kickoff. We're leading right up into kickoff time. So number one, Alabama versus Texas. We both got Alabama. We both got Ohio State. We both got Miami. We both got Arkansas. We both got Wake Forest. We both got Missouri. We both got Minnesota, Northwestern, Penn State. We both got North Carolina over Georgia State. I got UTSA. You got Army. You got UTSA. I got Army. Charleston Southern and North Carolina State. We both got North Carolina State. We both got Central Michigan. We both got number 13 Utah. We both got Temple. You got Ball State. I got Western Michigan. We both got Notre Dame. We both got Clemson. You got Texas A&M. I pulled the Sharker of Appalachian State. You got Pitt, number 17 Pitt. I got number 24 Tennessee. We both got Wisconsin. We both got Air Force. I got Navy. You got Memphis. We both got Cincinnati. How about the Charlotte? We haven't discussed this one. Charlotte and Maryland.
Fear the turtle. Fear the turtle. Fear the turtle. I love those 49ers down there. The Green Wave, as they're called, and the Cackalack off of Highway 4929 split. I think I picked Maryland in this game, I do believe. Yeah?
Yeah, we both got Maryland in this one.
But I love up-and-coming programs that are known for something else, soccer or basketball or baseball. Then they get another sports program, and it gets the student body interested. It gets a little buzz going around town. All this talent in this community, why can't some of that stay home? Everybody wants to leave for college. Not everybody wants to go away far. Some people want to stay in the crib. And that's
that is true.
At UNC Charlotte.
Yeah, we both got Maryland on that one. We both got Georgia. We both got Michigan State. You took Texas Tech. I took Houston. How about Virginia, Illinois?
I think I took the Fighting Illini. This is the first weekend I think I've ever done this breaking news in college football history where I picked Mizzou and Illinois to win this weekend. Take that, Mizzou and Illinois fans. Trey Montez got you back. MIZ.
I got the Cavaliers. I got the Cavaliers behind Brendan Armstrong winning this ball game.
Tiki Barber at the game or something? What's going on? The Barber brothers at the game?
But Brendan Armstrong will be there.
Okay.
We both got Purdue. We both got Rutgers. We both got Wyoming. Let's see. You got Eastern Kentucky. I got Bowling Green. On that one, we both got James Madison. You picked Colorado State. I picked Middle Tennessee State. We both got Alabama. We both got Nevada. We both got West Virginia. We both got East Carolina, Buffalo. We both got Buffalo. We both got Miami, Ohio, Coastal Carolina, Florida, Florida Atlantic. You picked UAB. I got Liberty. We both picked Oklahoma. I got Kentucky. You got Florida. We both got Ole Miss. We both got Syracuse. We both got Georgia Tech, Toledo, Utah State, Tulane, SMU. You got Howard. I got South Florida. You got Northern Illinois. I got Tulsa. You got Eastern Michigan. I got Louisiana. We both got Troy winning. You got Florida International. I got Texas State. I'm sorry. We both got Louisiana Tech. You got Stanford. I got number 10 USC. Ooh, there's a lot of games.
You telling me? You telling me?
We both got number 11 Oklahoma State. We both got Auburn. We both got LSU, Nebraska, North Texas, Rice, Michigan, TCU, Indiana, Virginia Tech, San Diego State. We both got Monroe, and we both got Oregon. You took BYU. I took Baylor. You got Fresno State. I got Oregon State, and you took Arizona. I took Mississippi State. So, out of all those games, we did not agree upon is 1, 2, 3. Hold on, make sure it's right.
6, 7.
Yeah, I think so. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We got 20 games at all that we did not agree upon. That's the first time in college football breakdown show that we have more than 20 games we did not agree upon. First time. So, one of us could pull away big time if all your picks come true.
I'm going to listen to you. I'll be right back.
All right. So, yeah, we got plenty of stuff. So, I mean, but I'm going to go ahead and take a break real quick, and we'll be right back. You're listening to the College Breakdown show on the All Sports, All Plays Network. Dre Montez is my co-host. Ray Cruz, I am your host. We'll be right back after these. We're going to take our last commercial break, and then we'll talk a little bit more. Leading all the way up to kickoff. We're about almost 20 minutes till kickoff time. 20 minutes till kickoff time.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
What did you say?
I said Kobe Bean Bryant has been overrated ever since he passed away.
Now, I'd say they could lose about 4, but I don't see them losing 5. You know what I mean?
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
is the Fonx D Streaming Network. Register to come on our channel at fonxdnetwork.com.
Welcome back to the College Breakdown Show. I am Ray Cruz, Dre Montez, and we're getting it up into the things here. We see our overall scores here. So overall scores could be a very, very tricky thing here. If Trey wins all the 20 games that we disagreed upon, he will take a huge lead. He would take a 72-18, whatever, how many we lose together. But he could possibly take a tremendously, if he gets all his picks right, he could take a 80-point lead over top of me, be 112-18 to my 95, 55 and 95. So I hope you don't get all your picks right.
I'm not gonna lie. If I was watching this show and I saw those statistics, I was like, I'm gonna listen to these guys because those are not bad numbers.
No.
Those are not bad numbers at all. Not bad numbers at all. We're talking about college football picking all 80 games, 81 or 82.
Oh, we picked 80 games.
80 games.
80 games alone Saturday. Yeah, so
an early Saturday at that. An early Saturday. Early.
Yeah, it's early. It is early in the morning. We're getting close here. We're getting close to kickoff time, man. We're going to have a good time. It's been a good show leading up to this thing. We went a little bit fast paced because we had 80 games, and we didn't figure out how long it was going to take us to do 80 games. So, man, we finished up a little bit early on that one. That's part of my little fault. We took a little fast break on that. But, I mean, that's a lot of games. 80 games in one day to go over. That's a big-time game.
That is.
Yeah.
And last week I couldn't do the whole show due to my schedule. So this is my first weekend to do the whole show in its entirety this season. So that feels good. And I get to watch all college football here.
In your empire.
I get to watch all college football today at home. My own empire.
Yeah. Your own empire.
I am not leaving the house today. There's no need. Satisfied.
I can't. Yeah.
I know the chef. I know the bartender. I know where the bathroom is at. There's not going to be any overcrowding. And I know the snacks are pretty damn cool. And smoking is allowed. So there it is.
What's on the tap for the day? What alcohol you serving today?
We're taking it real easy today. A little Kentucky bourbon. And also we're going to take it old school down old memory lane. A little Ham's beer. That's what we're going to do. Yeah.
I was thinking about picking up some Crown and Coke.
There it is. I can't mix soda with my beer. I put soda with my food. That's it.
Yeah.
Start off real light.
Yeah. I do the Crown Royal and everything else. So,
Do you do the breakfast? Do you eat breakfast before we do the show?
Sometimes.
I overdid it on breakfast this morning because I was dreaming of what I was going to cook. So I had already eaten what I was going to cook. They said when you do that, you've already eaten the meal you're going to cook.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that much because I portioned everything out because you live alone. You portion your food out. You don't want to cook food for one to eat it for 3 days. This don't make sense to me. So all I did was I did 1 egg, a cup of rice, and a couple sausages. I couldn't finish it. And 2 pieces of toast. A cup of coffee.
I don't know. I let me see what I had today. I had 5 pancakes, 2 eggs. I had some grits, hash brown. See, I'm unlike you. I don't portion nothing out. I make it big. I go big. Go big or go home.
But you're a family man, so I can get all that. Okay. 5 pancakes, hash brown.
I ate 5 pancakes by myself.
Man, I'm asleep for 3 days. I eat all that.
But you don't know how many I cooked. I cooked a total of about I said about 40 pancakes between all our family.
See, you go to Costco.
Yeah, so
You
my
can't go to grocery store.
my older son eat me out of the house right now. He's going through a growth spurt.
You better slow your ass down, man.
He's actually my oldest son is about right here to me now.
Oh, how tall is that?
I'm 5'10", so he's probably about 5'4", 5'5".
Woo-woo. Woo-woo. Yeah, these kids getting big nowadays, man. I saw a 10-year-old. I saw a 10-year-old my morning walk the day after Labor Day, a 10-year-old. I didn't know he was 10 until we got into a conversation. I said, how old are you? He said, I'm getting ready to turn 11. I said, so you're 10? He was like, yes, sir. He was only 6 years old.
Oh, that's all right. That's a girl in my church that's 11 years old, and she's about 6'2", 6'3".
What? Come on, man.
Yeah.
That ain't fair.
Yeah.
Man, and why is it that I talked about this on my podcast, Who's to Blame, a couple weeks ago? When we automatically see a child that's a female when they're like 5 years old, the first thing we say, oh, she can't wait she get her dress, gonna be a beautiful bride one day. Or one of our buddies has a boy, somebody buys him a little baseball mitt or a baseball hat.
Right.
Or if the kid appears to have any growth size that resembles an athlete, so what sport do you think he's gonna play? They never say, shit, he's gonna be a hell of a lawyer, he's gonna make tall presence in that courtroom. We immediately go to sports when we see unusual height or something out of the ordinary, or if they do something that resembles an athlete. Oh, they run fast. You see where they threw that ball? Why are we programmed that way? Why we just can't let the child progress until they grow into it? Why do we push the issue that early?
Because that's where that was our sports people, our mind goes straight to the sports when we see how tall they are. Yeah, that's just human nature, man.
Oh, we see a person with glasses. Oh, I bet you smart. Oh, I bet you smart.
It's a stereotype.
High water pants on. You can see their socks and their shoe laces at the same time and the back tag of their shoes. He said, oh, you must be rich.
Yeah.
We just stereotype people for the craziest damn ways.
Now, my question is, are we going to ever have a female college player besides of being an extra point kicker and a field goal kicker to play like quarterback or linebacker or something like that in college football eventually?
Quarterback princess. I really don't think this time and age, no man on this earth, no daddy's girl wants to really put her daddy through that. No, nobody wants to do that. It sounds good on paper. I mean, Helen Hunt did a fine job in the 1980s after school special, Quarterback Princess. We get all that. Ice Cube in the movie Long Shots with Akilah the Be Home Girl. We get all that. It's fine on television. But no. Them dudes do not want to get showed up in no masculine sport. We already told the men in football, you're not supposed to cry, show pain, show emotion. But now you're going to go out here and let a woman beat you in this game of football, outthink you. What's wrong with you? You're slow? Now we're back in 1962, 1942, 1912. We're going back in time. If you want to see a female quarterback in D1, hell, we can barely get people to go to WNBA. And look at these women, look at what they're doing. I don't think that America's ready for that. In the movies, keep it going. I like that shit. But no, nobody want to see their daughter get hit by no 6'5" dude, 380 pounds. Hell no. No. It's child abuse. That's parents' neglect.
But back in 2019, not too long ago, back in 2021, this article came out on a quarterback from Rudolph-Macon Academy sought out that Christian Church school safety who had sacked him once, made a half a dozen more tackles, and caught a pass on the offense over the previous 48 minutes. I didn't know she was a girl.
How tall?
They don't say how tall she was.
On defense?
But, yeah, she was a defensive back. He told that Haley Vu Loteris is a junior defensive back who grew up in the plains of Virginia. Great games. 2 years later, Vanderbilt is being recruited to play football by several colleges, including Division III, Shenandoah Valley, and Winchester. Whatever she lands the first time she steps on the field, she will be the first female to play a position other than a punter, kicker, or an NCAA team. And here she goes. Here you go. I've been playing football as long as I remember. The 5'6", 150-pound Vanderbilt says there's just something about it that I really love. She's 5'6", 150 pounds.
A woman hitting a man in pads? Hell yeah, she like that. On the defensive side? Hell yes. Hell yes. One of my daughters played football in middle school and tried a little high school thing, but it was just too much. Too much. That size, let a woman 5'8", 5'7" to 5'10", hell, 5'11", with those features, trying to play secondary. Damn right that can happen. Yeah, she's not getting hit. She's delivering the hit. Now, can she take the punishment of attacking the position of the players is in motion? Now, that's the thing, too.
Right.
The speed agility is there for the female athlete. It is there. That's written. That's in proof. That's in theory. Everybody knows that. But if there's a way, the women's football league, from flag to lingerie to 7-on-7, there's been different variations for women to play football. We've seen documentaries about it. We've seen Spike TV about it. We know it's there.
Right.
When it comes to playing D1 and going beyond that, even D2 or D3, I applaud that on the defensive side and the secondary. And don't make me a sideshow with this shit. Don't make my pants tighter than the dudes. Don't make me wear my hair this damn way. Let me just go play football.
I mean, I have no problem with female playing football. I mean, I would love to get hit by a female.
Don't we all?
I just want to see if somebody can really truck me. I mean, I'm 5'10", about 250 pounds.
Hey, 6'2", 245, and there is no safe word with me.
You know, I would just be. I mean, when I played high school ball, we never heard of females playing football. We never heard of female playing. No, not when I went to school.
Right, we're the same age.
Now, when I was in high school, we never had a female think about playing football in the state of North Carolina.
Aha, that is. I wanted you to say it. In North Carolina, hell no, that is not allowed. That is not allowed. You are a young lady. Young women don't do that now. Get in that house now. Get that bill ready. But in the Midwest, everybody played and everybody worked. And you just had to figure it out. I played baseball with some young ladies in grade school, middle school, competition outside of high school. Used to hoop with a few of them when I used to just go hoop at the gym. Played fast pitch in a mixed league. You know, I played volleyball in Hawaii and civilian life in Carolina and in Soulard here in St. Louis. But at some point, there needs to be a line drawn is what we're looking for when you say you want a woman to go play with the men. I mean, we've never said this. Man, I want to be like to go see old Tyrone go play that women's league. Now people trying to make a mockery out of him.
Yeah.
When we do it to women, people are like, hey, that's some competition. But
yep.
we do it to the man, now we're attacking his masculinity. Make up your mind. Make up your mind.
I played volleyball too. I mean, me and my sister played volleyball through high school. I went, and I'll tell you a quick story. You know, when you play volleyball, your eyes and hand coordination works great with football because you're building your hands, your eye coordination. Every sport goes back to playing football, like basketball. You getting your agility, you getting your, hands, catching, you getting your eyes, you getting your peripheral vision. Wrestling, you getting your balance. Gotta have balance in wrestling. You're getting your balance there. Swimming, you're building leaner muscles and stuff like that. Everything that I played in high school linked to everything. Baseball, playing catcher, getting the arm strength. You gotta have a good arm strength to throw it down to second base. So I mean, everything that's what I looked at, and my coach asked me one day. He said, "I seen you playing with the girl volleyball team." He says, "Why you do that?" I said, "Well, I'm building my eyes and hand coordination." No lie. Next day, the whole entire football team is playing volleyball.
It's up to you to get. You can gain so much about the use of your body by playing other sports. You run track, depending on if you play football. It goes hand in hand. It teaches you a good running technique. Goes with running bases in baseball, running routes and foot. It all goes hand in hand. Swimming works out the whole damn body.
Right.
Bowling works out that upper body strength. You need some discipline, go take some karate, judo classes, taekwondo. Everything goes together. But it's up to you and the athlete to how to figure out to bring all those ingredients together to complete you. And along with your listening skills to your coaches and knowing what you know as an athlete, it makes these crazy stories. You wonder how they do that. Then they tell us a story like, oh, okay. Yeah, you really got to do all that. You do have to do all of that.
Yeah. And then if you look at today's game, I mean, the way they don't tackle hardly in practice no more, is that really hurting the game? Because, I mean, I know when we were growing up, you had to hit the sled, you had to hit the tackle. If you didn't hit the tackle, you missed a lot of tackles. And my coach said, I don't care what the state of North Carolina rules is about hitting and stuff. When you're on my field, we're going to hit. That's what he said.
See, in those days, that was allowed. See, today, oh God, no. Those coaches are gone. You can't talk to people like that no more. You can't train kids like that no more. You can still get the message across the way coaching styles were used in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. You can still do that. It's just a better formula way to do it. And it comes out so much better. All that yelling, man, no, those days gone. You're going to lose everything. I know some kids say, that boy need to be yelled at. He don't listen to no damn body. Because you ain't been listening to him.
Right. That's right.
Those days are over with yelling at kids to get them to do this, pick up that, go here, come here, and slow it down.
Yep.
Just slow it all down. Just those days, it may have worked for you when you got into football, but that shit has changed. It may have worked for you in baseball, volleyball, business world, whatever it may be. All that has changed. Not because we wanted it to, but that's just the way the times have gone.
Right.
You just have to adapt to that shit. That's the biggest problem, adapting. It's so much energy that people have, and there's nowhere to put it. We're running out of place to put all this energy. That's
true.
The biggest issue.
Yes, we got about 1 minute to go before kickoff. I want to go ahead and throw out the next show. The show coming on this today. It'll be at 2:00. It'll be Red Kingdom, all about the Kansas City Chiefs. Unscripted at 8:00, and then listen to the Touchdown Crew who gets you ready for the first week of NFL. They're our NFL pregame show. They come on at 10 Eastern time on the All Sports All Plays Network. This has been a great show. Montez, Ray, we took you all the way up to kickoff time. Now you can go get your drinks, cotton candy, your popcorn, your wings, you can get all that stuff and you get your drink on.
You have
Football.
all my permission to cuss anybody out today that say, "Are you watching the game?" Don't answer them, motherfuckers.
All right, Dre, man. It's been good. It's been good having fun and stuff like that. I take you. See you later. Good luck to your Gators.
Good luck to
Go
you,
Heels.
Tigers.
Whole sports, all plays. Yeah. Whole sports, all plays. Whole sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. Sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.